there, ref. That's, he got the ball.
Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur. It is game day. It's a London derby. The bubble blowers are coming over to our place. Better get ready because you have to wear those protective goggles because they might be spraying the bubbles ahead of this game. But everybody, it's a massive one, a massive game for Spurs, a massive game for Ange Postecoglou, a huge chance for us to kind of regain the momentum. At one point, it felt like we were going to be riding into this international break on a huge high, 2-0 up at halftime against Brighton, but we couldn't get the job done. And now I think it's time for the Spurs team to show us what they're all about, show us that might have just been a blip, a lapse of concentration, just maybe them thinking that they could coast their way into the international break. And let's see if they can pick up the momentum again, pick up where they left off, or at least pick up from where they left off with that huge winning form. It's a massive, massive game for Spurs and the Ange Postecoglou team. It's a London derby. It's West Ham's Cup final. Dave, am I missing anything?
No, not at all. Just make sure, you've got your swim goggles on, your swim hat. You want to protect yourself from all the suds that will be floating around there later on. But Jack, like you said yesterday, I think it was you, hopefully we'll be having the right type of bubbles after this game. A bit of champagne after we beat them in their cup final, London derby. And look, Jack, I'm absolutely pumped for this, despite the sort of being let down before the international break. Weirdly, I'm absolutely pumped up for this, and I just hope that the players turn up. It's going to be a bit of a nasty opening exchange. You got to earn the right to play today, but it's a London derby. You owe us a massive performance. Let's go and get the job done today. Let's not give any excuse. We've got a big period coming up. Let's set the tone.
It's a massive game, and everyone, it's good to have you back with us. It's good to be back watching Tottenham Hotspur. It's good to be back doing these match day streams, the match day festivities that do come with watching this team. And thank you guys once again for picking us as your watch-along destination. Nice and early for people in the UK as well as people in the USA, much earlier than even usual. We are going to be the first game of the Premier League weekend, so it's also a great opportunity for us to kick off this weekend in the fine form, kick it off in the right way. This is some of the first moments, some of the first minutes that you might have of your weekend. And let's see if Tottenham Hotspur can either make it or ruin it for you this weekend. But everybody, let's get into the lineups and then we'll get into the lovely chat. Thank you guys once again so much for picking us as your watch along destination for the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. But we have Vicario in goals, Pedro Porro at right back, Romero at right side at center back, Van de Ven, Udogie, and then this is the controversial one, Yves Bissouma in midfield instead of Rodrigo Bentancur. Felt like Ange Postecoglou had found his perfect midfield, or at least his best midfield, with Bentancur, Madison, and Kulusevski, but he's gone for just a slight tweak, a slight change, and having Bissouma there instead. Madison and Kulusevski do retain their place, though, and then we have the Bernardo Johnson, the man who's in goal-scoring form right now, out on that right wing. Sonny makes a return to the lineup. Our Capitan, he takes the captain's armband off of Cuti Romero, and we have him back into this team. And hopefully we can see some more clinical finishing now on that left wing now that the Sunmeister is back into the team. And then Dominic Solanke, who had, in my opinion, a very good first half against Brighton, where he helped in kind of building up in those two goals, showed that hold-up play, was able to grab an assist, could have maybe had 2 assists on the day if you really look at it, because he played a part in 2 of our goals. But let's see if he can continue what was probably some pretty good form that he was building up with Spurs, and see if he can continue it into this game against the West Ham. Richarlison makes the bench. I know Mikey Moore is on the bench. I'm going to try to see who else is in there in just a second here. But Dave, I mean, so many, kind of things to talk about with the case of Bissouma, right? I mean, that's kind of a big surprise to me. I thought Ange Postecoglou wasn't going to make any changes of any kind really to this lineup. We were starting to feel like he had found basically his favorite or maybe his preferred lineup. Might have been wrong, I guess.
Look, I'm going to start with the back line just quickly, Jack, and I'll get into Bissouma, actually. With Vicario, just quickly, not really at fault for any of the goals. Nothing really he could have done last week, but set pieces are going to be huge today. I have noticed lately he's coming out to try and help claim them, deal with them and help the back line. He has to be on his ball on the game with that today. Of course, making his competitive debut for Italy over the international break should be full of confidence. Back line, they've got to pull it together this game. It was an absolute capitulation last week. Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, and Porro all piss poor defensively. They better go out there and be tight as a unit today, show us that, just basically prove a lot of people wrong about this whole back line. Now we go into Bissouma. I can understand it to a degree. I think maybe he's trying to lay down a marker to the squad. Maybe he doesn't want to upset Romero with the interest from Real Madrid. So maybe that's why he's continuing him and using Bentancur to make the statement, because Bentancur pulled out of that challenge from that cross. If he stopped that, it could have been a different game. We might have come out with a point. We might have come out with all 3 points at the end of the day. So I can understand them making one change to try and make a bit of a statement. And look, I think it's a bit harsh. I think Bentancur on the whole has been absolutely superb in that position. I think he gives us a lot more discipline in that position. And I don't think he has to take as much risk on the ball as someone like Bissouma. But we have to understand there is a ban coming along the line for Bentancur. Some of them are talking 12. I think I've seen some of them. So, Bissouma's going to have to get a run eventually. And look, it's a massive opportunity for him today. Let's see what he can do. I don't think he was great coming off the bench against Brighton. I thought he ran into blind alleys. I thought he was piss poor in possession. But this is his opportunity. He's been sitting there waiting for it. Let's not forget, he also owes us massive performances. Ange Postecoglou, massive performances. Let's see what he can do today, Jack.
Yeah. We also have Fraser Forster on the bench there, Dragishin on the bench, Archie Gray, Bentancur, of course, who we've been just mentioning, Pat Matassar, Bergvall, Mikey Moore, still keeping his spot on the bench. I had a sneaky feeling he would. And then the big Richie is back. And then Timo Werner also keeps his spot there. It's good to see Richie finally making his comeback. In the case of Bentancur, my only suspicion might be that Ange Postecoglou, like you say there, wasn't too happy with the way that he played in that second half. I felt like he's been playing really well for the most part, but maybe in that second half, Ange did feel like, he had let us down, especially in one of those goals that Brighton were able to grab. But it also could have been, unless I'm mistaken, I think Bentancur was on international duty. And considering that, if you are playing for Uruguay, bit similar to Romero's case in Argentina, you have to make a very long flight back home from international duty. So maybe that also had a part to do with it. Could be that Bentancur is feeling a little jet lagged. Maybe Ange Postecoglou thinks he is a bit jet lagged or isn't too confident in his ability to come back and really be fully focused or at least fully energetic and motivated for a game like this. And maybe he's just getting a different vibe from Yves Bissouma. I'm only speculating though. I expected it to be Bentancur. So if anybody has any explanations or any sneaky feelings as to why maybe Ange Postecoglou has made that change, do let us know. It's not like it's especially controversial or anything like that. I think we find ourselves in a good place, in a good position with the fact that Bentancur and Bissouma are both very good players battling it out for this role in the midfield. It just had felt like that Bentancur maybe start to steal away that kind of position, at least for the time being, from Bissouma. And now we're being kind of thrown kind of something else here. And we'll see how it plays out here today. And Bissouma, I think, has had some good games against West Ham, but I also remember one of his debut games being against West Ham under an Antonio Conte. And I don't remember that one ending up too well. So huge opportunity for the likes of Bentancur Bissouma to be, kind of right the wrongs maybe of previous West Ham performances.
No, look, he could be absolutely spot on. Maybe it is to do with him travelling back from international duty. Midfield, there's a lot more energy zapping than what it is playing a centre back. So you could be absolutely spot on there. Just quickly, though, before we start welcoming people in, we don't want to be too rude here and take up all the airtime. But I just want to touch on Richarlison returning to the subs bench today, which I'm absolutely delighted for. It's been a long road back from a long road of recovery as well. And do you know what? I always love an underdog story, Jack. I always love someone to have a redemption arc. And be interested to see if Richarlison gets off the bench today and see what shape he's in. If he could bag a goal, that'd be absolutely brilliant as well. Right. But I think it'd be ideal, Can't keep looking for 90 minutes out of Dominic Solanke every single game, especially with the way we're asking our forwards to work out of possession and in possession. It's energy sapping. So it's nice to have that change off the bench to bring someone like Richarlison on and sort of reinvigorate the energy across that front line. And I think the competition will be good for both players personally. And no Jed Spence on the bench, which a lot of people find interesting after signing his new contract. Look, I think that new contract was Spurs reacting to the interest from Real Madrid and Liverpool in terms of Pedro Porro. I think that's why they got Jed Spence to sign a new contract. So if Pedro Porro were to go, Spurs are sort of in a position to demand whatever fee they want for Pedro Porro because, they've got Spence there and that there's no real need for them to knee-jerk and sell. So I think it was more so in reaction to that than actually Jed Spence
Mm,
being rewarded, if you know what I mean, Jack.
mm. And PH Family just down below in the chat there saying Spence just signs a new contract and straight away he gets injured in training. You
Oh,
just
he's
can't
injured.
make it up. Yeah, I think that's what happened is he ended up picking up
Interesting.
an injury very recently. And of course, just after being given the new contract in true Spurs fashion, you're rewarded with an injury. And it looks like I completely made that up,
So
completely
annoying.
fabricated the Bentancur situation. Looks like I can't even come up with a good explanation for Ange Postecoglou. He's just leaning on Basuma in this game because they're saying that Bentancur has been given an international ban actually for some of his fighting that maybe happened during
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Copa
yeah.
America. So I just completely made that up. Apologies, everybody. So no excuse can be, or explanation, really the better word, I can really make for Ange Postecoglou in the Bentancur Basuma situation. But like I said, nothing really to be that dramatic about because I think they're two very, very good players, very serviceable players, and I believe in what Ange is seeing and what he's gone for today. But good to see so many of you guys in the house. Thanks for picking us as the watch along destination. If you can for us, you smash the like button, get into the
Mm.
comments below, and feel free to support the channel by grabbing a membership as well as also considering donating a membership to anybody if you would so be generous enough to make this community even bigger, even wider, and even closer together. But big up, everybody. Thanks for picking us as the destination. Berbatov's halftime smoke. Good to see you. Donovan Osterreicher is in the house as well. Big up, Dono Vision. We have the Belgian Hotspur. Good to see you, Joris. Big up,
Big
lads. 3-1. Solanke at the double and a sunny worldie. We've been missing a sunny worldie for some time. It'd be lovely to have one in a London derby like this. P.S. Barrow saying, come on, you Spurs from Alberta at 5 a.m. Hi, Donovan. Good to see you, P.S. Barrow, fellow Canadian in the house. Cyprus Spurs is in here as well. Big up to the Cyprus Nation and the Spurs Nation in Cyprus. NJ123, good to see you. Edward Joker Davis, 7-7 for club for Johnson. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Edward. Good to see you, sir. And we'd love to see Johnson continue this goal scoring form. Brett Loft is saying, evening, Dave and Jack. Which cretin has the whistle for this one? Come on, you Spurs.
Who?
Dave, can you remember who the referee is for this
Oh,
game?
Andy Madley, Jack. I was saying in the pre-match build-up, hopefully we don't get a medley of errors off the fucker.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what sort of pun can you come up with that surname? Good to see you though,
Oh, man.
Brett. Good to see you, Mark, in the house as well. Mark
Big
New,
up.
member of the Mark Army. Big up, Dave and Jack. This game is wide open with two high lines coming together. I'd take a 2-1 or a 3-2 win, but it won't be an easy game. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you
No.
Harris Army. We'll see if West Ham set up with a high line. I'd be curious if they will, or if they might decide to go on that David Moyes type route, which Lopetegui hasn't, been against or hasn't been reluctant to try. He seems to be a bit of a David Moyes light, if you will, Mark New, from
Mm.
whenever I've watched them. They haven't been that pleasing on the eye. DJ AK, good to see you in the house. Darv's Hotspur, big up all redemption day. 4-1 to the
Yeah.
boys. Come on, you Spurs.
Come
Good to
on.
see you, Darv. Thanks for the support. We have Lee Harvey in the house as well. Good to see you. Ken T is in here. Shemi Tan, big up Shem. Good morning, David Jack, and a very sleepy Jack. Hope you're both well. Come on, you Spurs. Hoping for a big win and a 90-minute performance this time. And Sonny has a good game. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you so much, Shem. Good to see you, King Hoddle, as well. He's saying, I expect a reaction. I demand a reaction. 3-1. Come on, you Spurs. Martin Knightsbridge is in here as well. Big up to you, Martin Knightsbridge. Hopefully you're
Big
all
up.
right, my friend. And the Dark Sun G saying, come on, you Spurs. Really happy to see Sonny and Richie in the squad today. 3-0 win. I mean, again, on Richarlison, Dave, it's just somebody that we've been missing for a few reasons. If he were available in previous weeks, we would not have had to see Timo Werner. We could have maybe seen someone like Richarlison out on the left wing. Dominic Solanke, I think, has been playing really well. We're lucky for that and we're happy for that, but it would be good to have, just in case Solanke doesn't have the best of games or just in case he needs a bit of rest or needs some competition. It's good to have someone like Richarlison that can step in, can fill in and provide that competition, provide something similar but also different to the likes of Dominic Solanke. And just having Richie and back, for the vibes as well as just, the kind of maybe the competition that he can provide to different places around that front line. And of course, having Sonny back is a much needed player to have back for a
Mm.
game like this.
Yeah, look, when it comes to Richarlison, Jack, I think it's just about having that option off the bench or just having different options, different solutions. Against Leicester, he played through an injury. If you had Richarlison, he wouldn't have been able to play. You wouldn't have to make him play through that injury. And also, he could have come off the bench and nabbed the goal, being a point of difference. North London Derby, same thing. Brighton, when Solanke was tiring towards the end of the game, could have played. And the reason why he was tiring is because we were making him play Thursday nights as well. You have Richarlison, you don't even need Solanke to travel. You can say, look, stay there, be fresh, ready for the weekend. And a fit, fresh Solanke, he's going to bag you goals. So I think, it's a huge plus to have Richarlison back. But for me, the huge plus is having Son back, Jack. Not in terms of his captaincy, because I still think we've got weak leadership right throughout the group. But in terms of a player, I think if we had him against Brighton first half, I think we would have had that game done and dusted. And I don't think they would have had that comeback in the second half. You put Son in Werner's position for that cross inside the first 30 seconds. That finds Brennan Johnson, or else Son puts it in the back of the net himself, along with a couple of the other moments that Werner had. So having Son back is huge. And, I'll go back to a couple of seasons ago when we went out to Korea for pre-season tour with Antonio Conte. Son was tired for the first part of the season, getting back off it, and was around November time where he came back and sort of kicked in and started finding his feet again. And I think now is his time to shine. No better time to come back, lead us to a London Derby victory, Jack.
Yeah, let's have somebody be the capitan, somebody be that leader and lead us to glory, lead us to bubble popping, lead us to a London Derby victory. Absolutely right. Dark Sun G, but big up to you, sir. It's good to have those two back together, Sonny and Richie, who struck such a good partnership last season. And let's hope that we get to see them maybe on the pitch together for this game. Artist T is in the house as well. Good to see you, Artist T. Hopefully you're doing okay, my friend. Lesser known, big up to lesser known. Morning, Jack. I got my cup of coffee and I've been dying to see my Spurs. I think we all have. And I think we're all dying for another cup of coffee as well, lesser known. Good to see you, though, and really appreciate your support. K32 is in here as well. Big up to K32, the one and only. And then we have, looks like Villa. I'm trying to zoom in here. VA Vesality. Sorry, I think I just need to zoom in just so I can get that maybe a bit better.
Yeah, no, you're right. Villa Vesality.
Villa Vesality. Love the name. Absolutely gorgeous name. Double V there. But thank you for grabbing the Flat Cap membership. Hopefully you do take advantage of some of the perks and the benefits. We just made a little bit of an update to the members, and we're going to have a members video for you to explain everything properly, just to give you a proper thank you for even considering becoming a member. But thank you so much for grabbing that Flat Cap membership, and welcome to the Harris Army. Welcome to the Flat Cap Army. And hopefully you get to check out also as well the pre-match previews that are available to all the members only. And also there's going to be a members podcast coming very soon. But big up to you, Villa. We also have Loves Music in the house. Vandal Ross is in here. Good to see you both. Gons Football and Things. Deborah Smith. John Tucker. Big up to Johnny Tucker. Shikari Shock saying, I have to just listen to the commentary since it's on TNT and not Sky Sports. Well, Shikari, if you want to, you can consider following that link, the NordVPN link that's pinned at the top of the comments there, pinned at the top of the chat. And you could grab yourself a VPN, move yourself over to America for the time being, at least virtually on the internet. And then you should be able to grab yourself a nice streaming service someplace else and maybe be able to watch the game and still stay with us. But big up to you. Just a little cheeky plug there. Dark Sun G saying Richie, Dom goal, Johnson goal, and Son goal today. Come on, you Spurs. I think Johnson goal is what a lot of people are hoping for, Dave. Just see that guy continue to score and tear apart this competition. I mean, the kid's absolutely on fire. He scored over international break as well. I mean, Brennan Johnson, Bernaldo, Brennan, Gareth Bale, every name under the sun he's been given, and because he scored 7 and 7 or 6 and 6, sorry.
Yeah, the names have gone too far. People are probably getting me back for all my names for like Gill and all that. I absolutely love it. So, some of the nicknames coming up. Jack, why don't you go and grab a quick coffee there before kickoff as well? Get yourself a refill if you want. But look, when it comes to Brennan Johnson, I said it in the pre-match build-up. Not only is he making me eat humble pie, he's ramming it down my throat, Jack. He's serving up second and thirds, and I'm not sure I can handle it all. I'm full at this point. But look, let it continue. I think largely, I do think it's down to Dejan Kulusevski coming into that number 10. I think it solved so many problems for Tottenham Hotspur in terms of going forward. I think we're a lot more creative. I also think it takes a lot more of the the pressure off James Maddison, which I think he's thriving with now, but also with how strong and powerful he is and how good he is on the ball. He draws players in, which means Brendan Johnson, theoretically, all he actually has to do is just get into them goal-scoring positions and then find the finish, and that's what he's doing right now, and he's absolutely thriving off the back of it. So I think Kulusevski, bringing him into that number 10 role, was an absolutely genius move, because what was happening last year, we were almost using the wingers as the first point of contact with the ball going into the forward area. And it's very easy when they're slight like Johnson, not the strongest, to sort of push them backwards and go in and be physical with them and take them off the ball. But now Johnson doesn't even have to touch the ball. It comes through Kulu, comes through Maddison, which means he's just got to move off it. And he's moving off the ball is absolutely brilliant. So long may it continue. Hopefully he can step up and score a goal today. Now, one thing I will say about Johnson is in games last season when it was tough, Newcastle, Arsenal, stuff like that, he's not up for the physical battle. Hopefully he can be today, and hopefully he can keep scoring. And do you know what? Fair play to him. He stepped up in Son's absence. Something I always speak about. Player who's going to step up in our big boy when our big boys are missing. And Brendan Johnson done it. So long may it continue.
Yeah, absolutely. Long may it continue, and hopefully Dominic Solanke can also pick up and continue to score and can continue to provide as well for his Dark Sun G. And it looks like sunny worldies are being predicted in the chat, and I know you'd be a big fan of seeing a sunny worldie in a game like this one, Dark Sun G. Big up to you, my friend. Hopefully you're keeping well, and I would assume the fact that it's so early for people in the UK and so early for me over here in the USA, I'd assume that it's a much better, much more convenient time for you then to watch this game. Maybe something not as ridiculous in the evening or as ridiculous at stupid o'clock, as we like to say to each other, for you. So hopefully it's a nice evening game for you this weekend, and we get this weekend kicked off right for you. Good to see you, Dark Sun G. And also good to see Lazy 8 saying, I saw a bunch of pigeons tearing up a ham sandwich in Times Square yesterday. I think it was a sign. And also, I believe the sandwich came from Antonio's Deli. Dave, I think people should, they can, still have a moment, head on over to the store, grab yourself a big spiral ham of some kind, and then just give it a couple punches, give it a couple slaps before we go into this game. Slap the ham a few times, get some Spam if you need. If you don't have opportunity to get the ham, just head on over to the corner store, get some wet Spam, for the fridge.
Look, Jack, just tenderize it and give it a good old, hit like you would for your meat when you're cooking it. That's all you got to do. But Nick, I prefer to go a bit of hammer time. My, when Tottenham hits so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me with Tottenham with great 2 feet. Come on. Ice, baby. Come on. Let's go.
Everybody get that spiral ham out, get it strung up, in the kitchen somewhere, and just in between maybe grabbing a beer or in between grabbing another coffee, just give it a few dives, give it a few dips, give it a few punches, as if, you're punching the West Ham right now and getting ready for this game. But big up to everybody. Thanks again for following us over, and we're about to get kicked off here by the looks of things. Just about a few seconds away from kickoff, going through their last bits of commercials before the game gets kicked off here. But once again, really appreciate you guys for following us over. Smash the like button if you can for us. And looking forward to getting started with this game. Good to see Inacoma in the house. Good to see Mark, member of the Mark Army. Paro Miguel Escobardo. Drew Zilla's in here as well. Big up to you, Drew Zilla. We're coming out the tunnel, lads. Yes, they are. Scotty Heinem's in here too. Good to see you, Scotty Heinem. Dark Sun G saying 8:30 p.m. kickoff today. Hope to see Sar, Bergval, and Richie today. Really want to see Richie come off the bench, Dark Sun G. Really want to see guys like his Bergval as well be given an opportunity if they can. We know that they can be really good benefit, really good impact off of the bench. And then also Pop Matasar has actually been playing very well in Europe for us. Can he carry that into the Premier League? I guess we'll find out.
Look, let's wait and see. But nonetheless, it's a big game. It's Derby Day. These are the day we all get out of bed for. We get pumped for. Spurs fans have been up nice and early all across the world for this one. Let's hope the team give us what we deserve today. Like I said, it's hammer time. Can't touch this. Let's fucking go.
There's what was the nickname, Dave, again? Andy Midley?
Oh, Andy Madley is his name. So, yeah. Hopefully, it just does the job. We don't want him to get too much airtime, turn around to the missus, waving at her and the kids while they're having lunch somewhere. We just want him to get on, referee the game, and let it just be a good old-fashioned London derby. Let's bloody go. Come on, Tottenham.
Good to see Shawnee Maddox in here as well. Good to see you, Darius. Hopefully you both are keeping well.
Great to see you guys.
Fat Tony, good to see you. You're up nice and early, Fat Tony. Maybe the Irish coffee is what's keeping you up this morning. Nick Brown is in here too. Good to see you. Spurs GCTV as well, but we have gotten kicked off here, everybody. If you can for us once again, smash the like button, get into the comments, please, throughout this game. But let's hope for a big London Derby win. Ange Postecoglou, time to teach Lopetegui, trying to give him a welcome back to the Premier League. Welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
He's only 20 seconds in. He's already crying. Oh, my God. He's already crying. He's 20 seconds in.
Well,
Fuck me.
He's crying because he only has so many games of football left in him. Lucas Paquetá is going to get the lifetime ban.
Yeah, he's on a ban, isn't he? He's picking up yellow cards. Or so. Isn't that what he's accused of? Picking up yellow cards on purpose?
Well, betting on his yellow cards, yeah. Making bets on his yellow cards.
Oh, there we are, Big Dom. And again. Do not let Kudos set the tone here. Such a good player.
Kudos' special ability is to... Oh, good pressure from Sonny. Can Madison win this?
Oh, yes, well done.
Can we get on to this? Well done, Kulu.
Well done, Kulu.
Good strength.
Great
Sir!
Play. We'll have a yellow, please, as well.
Romero, who he's thinking about some of those long balls over the top. He found a lot of success in that. And the Brighton game just in behind.
In behind, Slanky! Oh. So close. The goalkeeper, Ariola, just gets out there ahead of him. Good ball by Porro.
Yeah, very clever ball from Pedro Porro. Nearly perfect for Dominic Solanke.
Tottenham with the throw in deep in West Ham's half. Can we get a good early opportunity? Put some pressure on.
Madison, lovely cushion pass into Pedro Porro, who tries to swing it into Solanke, and it goes out for a corner. Good pressure already from Spurs. Also nice to see Pedro Porro trying to whip in those crosses.
Are we going to get a Rombom or a Mickey van der Ven Solanke on the end of this? Rombom does love a goal after the international break.
Drusilla, Andy badly. Exactly. Very Andy mid.
Oh, what was that? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, how did we get rid of it? How did we already lose it that quickly from the
Porro
corner?
wanted to hit the pass to Kulu. They went for a short one and fucking he hit the return pass under.
Throw in deep in West Ham's half here for West Ham. Don't know how you can really mess up a set piece routine. You didn't even whip the ball in, and we've already given it away.
I think
Pedro Porro.
I can understand them not wanting to whip it in all the time, especially because we're not the biggest of teams, and you look at the size of the West Ham squad compared to us, I can understand it. But, you know, if you're going to do these short corner routines and change the direction of the delivery, then you got to get your basics right. So furious. Go on.
Oh, way.
They're under pressure. They're already nervous. They're kicking the ball away. They don't want it. Went on Kulu. Second time he's mopped it up in there. Van der Ven.
Oh, what a touch from Kulu. What a touch.
Madison back to Kulu.
Just too heavy for Kulu.
Yeah. What play by Kulu. Takes out two players there in such a
incredible touch. But yeah, under pressure with his back to goal as well. It gets turned there in such a lovely bit of strength. Good balance from Kulu.
If he gets peaked there, they would have been in on goal. So it was great play by Kulu.
It's the risks that Spurs are willing to take. Madison dropping deep here.
Don't make
Sonny
that run
as well. Basuma. Out wide to Romero.
Romulus calculating the field. Back into Basuma.
Basuma, very heavy touch.
What's wrong with him? Kulu.
Lovely bit of feet again from Kulu.
Move out of the way. He's going with it.
Scales Antonio out of the way. Udogie.
Oh, sake. It's like everyone else is asleep and Kulu's the only one awake right now.
Udogie seemed to just pick up his head before he really had control of the ball yet.
So annoying. What was the choice of coffee, Jack? Espresso, cappuccino, latte?
Just bad coffee, really. Just bad hipster coffee that I tried to make for myself. But at first, I started to really get the strongness and the thickness of it perfectly. But I feel like in recent weeks, I've just not been getting the ratios right. Not sure what I'm doing wrong here.
What's better? See, is it the water? Is New York water better than Seattle? Maybe. Oh, here we go.
No, I
Good
had
play
it
by
right.
Solanke.
Good play from Solanke.
Good ball out to Son. It's the only option he could have. Ah, he's off.
Oh,
Is he?
Sonny's got to stay on side there.
Yeah, Son went too early.
No, don't know if Solanke could have gotten into him any quicker.
No, good play by Solanke there. Son just has to be a bit patient there. Good play by Solanke. Good turn and rolling the defender to try and play him.
Good to see Lisa O in the house. Really appreciate you tuning in.
Lisa.
Tyler's in here as well. Good to see you, Tyler. Big T.
Great to see you, my man.
Cleared away by Van de Ven.
Oh, and then Bele got a card on FIFA, Jack. Just let you know you love him. Sam put it to me the other day. Oh, Dave, you can use him in your Tottenham past and present. I was like, I can't. He let me down.
Of all the Spurs players to let back in, that's definitely not one you would.
No. They had an SBC for the south side, didn't either. Well done, Udogie.
Oh, lovely from Udogie.
Keep him there. Well done. That's all. You don't need to give away the fucking free kick.
Shikari, I think it's so early that even Starbucks isn't open yet. That's how early it is. Oh, lovely.
That would be a nice latte.
Pressure flick on by Brennan.
Oh, that's a man in confidence right there. That flashed across the goal on the volley.
The audacity. You absolutely love it. You have to love it. Pedro Porro, good cushion header
even
here.
That flick beforehand, that's cheeky.
I was going to say it was.
Oh, it's close, Jack.
He catches it very sweetly.
Oh, it's just...
Does he get the angle right?
Just nearly took some paint off the woodwork, that.
He caught it very sweetly. He caught it perfectly, really. Vicario, good playing out. Pedro, excellent. Basuma. Not right decision maybe made there. Dominic, good pressure!
Why did you stop? Oh!
Good pressure from Dominic.
These are rattled. We got to score. We got to go and take the advantage here.
Yeah, they don't like this pressure.
Madison
good ball over the top.
Oh, Sonny still gets it.
Kulu, make it a run. Very good run from Kulu.
Someone
Can he whip it in? And it's out for another corner.
Come on, Spurs. Great pressure. West Ham could barely deal with it.
Good to see you, Kate. The perfect match.
Big up, Kate. Good to see you. Tottenham on the short. Kulu. Madison. Delivers.
Pedro.
Oh, I wanted to touch the ball.
He's going to get caught out here, though. Mikel Antonio. Got to get close now, Pedro. He's got no help.
Get after it. Go on, Kulu.
West Ham trying to get some type of foothold on the ball here, and they've sprayed it out wide to Wan-Bissaka. Jared Bowen's dropped deep.
St. Madison.
Spurs doing a good job forcing them backwards. Very good job forcing them backwards.
Yeah, it's very good. Areola goes long. Can Tottenham win that? Yes. Tottenham. Forcing West Ham into errors here. Cameraman must fancy Lopetegui. Get on with the fucking game. Jesus Christ.
It's too early for me to come up with good Lopetegui puns, but I was trying to in that moment. I was trying to come up with some good Lopetegui puns.
It's Spanish for David Moyes. Good ball in behind by Sonny Udogie. Gets the cross. It's blocked. It's gone out for a Tottenham corner kick. Good defending.
Racking up the corners. Third corner, maybe fourth corner already. Yeah, Dave, you want to give a refresh on the stats?
Yeah. I just done that, I think.
Okay, perfect.
Tottenham corner. Do you need me to refresh it again?
Some reason it's only showing Spurs stats, which is totally fine.
Only showing Spurs stats. Okay. I don't know why, but 1 second, we'll have a look. Madison goes deep. Pedro Porro recycles it. Oh, it's good defended by West Ham. Tottenham throwing. I'll give it a refresh there. Now, see if that's any better.
Yeah, for some reason I'm only seeing the West or the Spurs side of things, but
That's grand. Sure. We'll fix it for the next one then, I suppose. We just take it out
This
then.
Emerson. I think we can leave it there if people can see it well enough.
Bowen. Sonny trying to get Solanke trying to get pressure on there. Wan-Bissaka to Bowen. Gets a run at Van de Ven. Does he stay with him?
Oh,
Gets
it's a
the
good cross.
Oh,
Jesus, they should have scored.
What a save by Vicario.
They should have scored.
What a bloody save.
It's a good cross from Jared Bowen. He just whips it across the penalty area. Kind of more of a cutback, really, with his right foot. And it just slides across the penalty area. No one even close to it. And it's a free shot. It's a free shot for Kudus. Kind of coming late into the box there with his right foot. Straight at Vicario, but still a very good reaction save. And he probably should have scored that, Kudus.
What a save from Vicario. But who's picking him up? It's so annoying. West Ham, they're going to be a threat here from set pieces. Vicario has to get off his line and help come and claim. Oh, it's cleared. It's a free shot on the edge of the box. Jeez. Delivers it. It's gone out for a Tottenham goal kick.
Emerson thinks he's Brennan Johnson.
He's trying his best impersonation, all right. Tottenham goes short with the corner kick to Romero. Romero, good ball to Kulu. Bypasses the press. Kulu's running at them here now.
The Kulu Meister.
On to Johnson.
Bernaldo.
Oh, tries to go direct.
Just seen out by Emerson. It's a good tackle.
Oh, well done,
Kulu. Megs, Pedro Porro.
Get in there, Kulu.
And they've sprayed it out wide to Jared Bowen, who's dropping deep here. Jared Bowen. Seems like he needs to have to drop deep here for West Ham to help them out.
Yeah, they're starting to get a foothold in the game. The players are dropping into the right positions. They're not making the same mistakes.
Bernaldo leading the press. Areola forced to go long. There we go. Force him going long. Win this.
Well done, Van de Ven.
Basuma need to win this here.
Fuck's sake.
Jared Bowen still stays on it somehow. Still with it. Van de Ven. Oh, he gets skip past.
Well done, Basuma. Doji, good ball out.
Very good ball from Sonny. Oh, just doesn't stay in, but it takes a deflection.
Tottenham throw in. Come on, Spurs.
Yeah, I agree, Shikari Shock. I would say that I have a lot of confidence going into this game. I do feel like West Ham aren't really that good. The only thing that does give me a bit of fear is they have quality in the likes of Mohamed Kudus and Jared Bowen. I think they're very good players.
Oh, ref, that's yellow. Do you know what, though, Jack?
That's my only worry is just when those two drop deep, when those two get in those sort of positions like they have done there, you can see that with practically one chance, one opportunity, they can fasten a really good chance and a really good moment.
I sort of feel like we're the team that we shoot ourselves in the foot rather than being done by great play and stuff like that at times. And I feel like that's our problem. I feel like if we don't win games, it's because of something we've done wrong, that we've left it behind us out there rather than us actually being outplayed. Doji. West Ham have all 11 men behind the ball. He is the new David Moyes, this guy. Look at that. What's that, 6 or 7 across the back line right now? It's ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Anyone see if the bus is in the car park, please? Jesus. Van de Ven. Romulus.
Trying to cover every blade of grass back there.
Yeah,
those center backs.
Good, well done.
Good job by Solanke.
Kulu. Johnson, deliver it.
Kulu, good turn.
Tries to shoot. Falls his way to Madison.
Oh, it would have been lovely if he went for the hit.
Doji, skin him. Madison on the ball. Look at the fine space.
Good idea.
Well done, Doji.
Great win back from Udogi. Jared Bowen, good defending.
Fucker.
Part of me really wanted Madison actually to strike that. I'm not sure if that's the half volley, but
I don't think it came down quick enough for him to strike it, but would have been nice. Imagine he got on. It'd be nice to see him score an absolute belter, actually. I want to see that from Madison. A nice screamer. Good window.
Again.
Kulusevski. He's everywhere so far.
Yeah, he's been a huge bright spark, and he's been so tidy so far,
Yeah,
Kulusevski.
very tidy in possession. Good ball out to Porro. Finds Solanke. Gets it in. It's
Cleared
cleared.
away.
It's one of the first crosses I've seen
Madison,
you in
good
there.
battle.
Well done.
Well done.
Good ball to Sonny. Go on, Sonny. Fights the
Finds
overlap to Doherty.
Udogie.
Pulls it back to
Madison,
Madison.
great touch. Basuma.
Basuma! Thought he was going to
Sonny.
strike it. Sonny!
Sonny gets
Sonny finds
away.
the yard! Oh! Beats his man on the inside, curls one towards the far post and just wraps round on the outside of it. Very unlucky from Sonny there. It's great play. Gets on the ball, dummies his man, absolutely sends him to preschool. Bends one around, so close from Sonny.
Nearly looked like Solanke almost got a header onto it, or someone did. That was dangerous. Solanke. So close from Sonny.
Oh, that's good from Tottenham. That's good play. Sharp from Sonny. That's what we've been missing. That sharpness from him.
Van de Ven. Find Sonny.
Good ball out to Sonny. Go on, Sonny
Cutting
again.
inside.
Oh, he skins one, skins
feet,
two.
Lovely feet. Sir!
Oh, tried to make too many, I think, in the end.
Yeah,
unlucky.
Dribbled himself.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare, referee.
He's looked for that one. Don't even double down and give me yellow either. He's bloody looked for that one. Fuck you, Antonio. That's soft from the referee.
No matter how many strikers West Ham seem to buy, it always ends up being Mikel Antonio.
It's a yellow for diving for Mikel Antonio. One more and he's off. It's a joke. I can't believe the referee bought that.
Kulu versus the world, says Tyler. It has been kind of so far this game, a bit of Kulu versus the world.
One-man mission. Here he
is
again.
Well done, Van de Ven.
Oh, Van de Ven. Go on, play him.
Sonny.
Play him.
Or, sorry, Solanke.
Oh, what a ball. Solanke. Oh, corner kick. Van de Ven is so good going forward. It's ridiculous. Do you see Radu Dragosin for Romania during the week as well, by the way?
Yeah, doing his best Mickey impersonation, yeah.
It's just what our centre-backs do. Madison with the corner kick. It's going to be an in-swinger here.
Maybe that's why you wanted Dragosin for this game instead of Romero, Dave, was after you saw that run.
Yeah.
Wanted two Mickey Van de Ven.
Imagine having that down the right and the left. Be frightening. It's an in-swinger. It's gone towards straight into Ariola's hands, for fuck's sake. It's piss poor on the corner. Such a waste. 17 minutes in, 0-0, but Tottenham are looking like the better team. But West Ham have had one opportunity on the counter, and they look threatening.
West Ham have had by far the best chance, but Spurs have looked probably like the better team. I agree. Go
on, Porro. Oh, you got to deal with Kudos down the sea. He's going to be a problem today. He's so good.
Ball out wide to Emerson. They drop deep here. Kudus whips it in first time to Bowen. Back post. Bowen. Well done, Udogie. Basaka.
No. Fuck me. Why can't we get it fucking cleared? Bowen cuts in. Gets it across. Oh, it's 1-0 West Ham. Fuck off. It's Kudos. Fucking Kudos.
Jared Bowen again. Whips it into Kudus. Across the 6-yard box.
Again, allowing him to run off the back of him to finish it. For fuck's sake, that's twice now. And he has the audacity to take a seat like he belongs here at the Tottenham Stadium. Oh, my Lord. Why do we do it to ourselves? Why do we do it to ourselves? Porro, no one to blame but yourself. That's twice he's ran off the back of you. Don't shake your head. Fucking wake up. It's poor by Udogie at the back. He's just got to clear that. And he's got to win that header. That's weak. And he's got to stop Bowen from cutting in. That's piss poor from Udogie, by the way. But Porro, he's just sleeping. He's absolutely sleeping. He doesn't even know where Kudos is. Piss poor for both fullbacks. Both to blame there. Udogie too easy down that. Porro, I don't know what he's doing.
He's just nowhere to be found. Brendan Johnson kind of tracking back, but Porro's just in the wrong place.
He's being sucked in there. Just caught napping. Just fucking caught napping. Typical Tottenham. Now West Ham are going to sit back all game. Kulu going forward. Oh.
Did not go well for us last time around as well. hasn't gone well for us against West Ham both times last season. Been caught out
Just
both times against the run of play. But it's a very similar chance to what they had earlier that Kudu should have scored.
Like, he's their most dangerous player. Porro just has to stop him. You just got to get up. He's just running them ragged defensively. Twice he's coming off the back post on him. You know, before that, in the build-up to the play, he dragged him out of position. Johnson loses possession. Basuma. Madison. Good ball to Kulu. Kulu tries to play it in behind to Sonny. It's bouncing around there.
Bowen just gets it cleared, but well done by Kulu. Little clip ball, not the right ball.
Good idea, not the right execution.
Johnson feeling worse for wear after that. Gonna feel a little sore, but hopefully it's not too serious.
Just one of them studs on the top of the foot. Be nice bruising on that tonight. Edoji has to do so much better down that left-hand side dealing with that, though. As well. Porro. Johnson. He's not going to want to skin his man after that. Romero. Van de Ven. There's still a lot of time here. Let's see if we can carve them open. See, it's made harder now that they've got every man behind the ball as well, and the 1-0 up, something to hang on to. Sonny, in a bit of space, what can he do? Feeds it in behind. It's a poor ball, really, given away. West Ham or Tottenham throw in. Oh, it's going to be one of them games. It's going to require a lot of patience today. A lot of patience. I'm not sure I have it. Edoji. Van de Ven. Romero.
Destiny. Sonny has to drop deep, finds Madison. Sonny out wide here, but it's being closely marked by Basaka.
Van de Ven. Back to Madison. Onto Sonny.
One-on-one.
Keep moving it sharper there.
There you go. Into Kulu. Lovely first time from Kulu. Lovely again from Kulu. Back post.
Madison back post. Solanke. Johnson. Is that corner? Good defending by Emerson. Good run by Johnson, that. Goes to challenge as well. Emerson just gets up ahead of him. Unlucky.
Just gets sandwiched between Paqueta and Emerson. Just can't rise for it.
We got to try and score here and get back into this quick. It's an outswinger from Porro. No one gets on the end of it. Back to Pedro Porro.
Destiny. Matters. Being closed down.
Oh, well done, Madison. Have it.
Matters. No real options for him. He had to play that.
Trouble. He's just got to go out wide with that and try and win a corner. And now we're watching him do step overs at our stadium. Fuck me. Come on, Tottenham. Basuma. Oh my Lord. Please, for fuck's sake. What is wrong with that guy? There's no one around him to even lose that.
Just given something you would say from Harry Winks there.
Oh my Lord. Guys, you're just watching them pass it around you. You get fucking close to them. Some intensity
Basuma,
here.
man. You got to pick him up.
He's all over the shot back there, Basuma.
So got to see Suchek there in midfield. Yeah, he just looks a little bit lost.
He's a rack on the ball, a rack out of possession. West Ham with the big switch. Gone out for a Tottenham throw-in.
Artist T saying Romero was nowhere to be found again on that goal. I'm going to have to take a second look at it, Artist T, but Romero in recent games has been sleeping, but it seems like Dave seems to think it was Pedro Porro that's more responsible, as well as Destiny Udogie. It seemed like Dave is kind of alluding to it being a combination of the two fullbacks there being responsible.
Look, first of all, Destiny Udogie, he had one chance to clear it. Barely cleared it, had a chance to go and win the header, didn't compete, and then got spun by Bowen to allow him in to get the cross in. That's crap from Udogie. That's not good enough. That's 3 attempts to stop that, and he doesn't. You, Pedro Porro, look, Romero and Van de Ven, they have to come inside and mark the other strikers. That leaves it up to Pedro Porro and Brennan Johnson to watch kudos. Between them, Not one of them picked them up. I don't understand how we can blame Romero for that one, personally. And I have blamed him for a lot of goals. I've had no problem picking him out, but I don't think that's the right one to pick him out for. Van de Ven.
Matters.
Madison.
Pedro, he wants the banger. Poor
Do you know
banger.
what? When you've got teams sitting low block like that, sometimes ricochets like that, might
go your way.
Ricochet fall your way. Not a bad idea. Oh, come on, Tom.
Oh, good cross in. Sonny, can he get a bit of space for himself?
Please.
Yes, he does.
Strike.
Oh,
it's blocked. There are 3 players on him every time he touches the bloody ball.
It's a good shot. Looked like it was on target as well.
Shem Tam says, well, it just means we'll score the next 9 goals. I hope so. Could do with that, Shem. Oh, Madison, it's going to be what? Another in-swinger here.
Matters.
That post is overhit.
God, we've been shit from set pieces today. We've had a million of them, and we've been terrible.
Oh,
how many corners is that? That's like 5 or 6 at this stage.
Oh, wake up, Tottenham. Like, you've lost 3-2 to Brighton last week from 2-0. Where's your fucking pride? Where is your pride? Holy shit.
Thanks for the support, Shemi. Thanks for the support as well, Artist T. Oh,
there we
Solanke.
Go. That'll do. People start to say, where are the leaders? Someone needs to do something for us.
I think
we've got to start moving the ball quicker as well. West Ham are playing all 11 men behind the ball. We've got to start moving it a bit quicker if we can.
I think Kulusevski has by far been the best player for us and the most influential. And then I will say, I feel like I'm seeing the difference between Basuma and Bentancur in this game. Just massively. Basuma, nowhere near as tidy on the ball, and also even out of possession, not as good. Solanke, that's just too much dribbling. But Basuma here, also too much dribbling.
Go on, Sonny. Good ball to
Destiny, can you get it across?
Yes!
Johnson!
No! Johnson, how's he missed?
No!
How's Johnson missed that header? It's so free. That was it. That was the route back into the game. It's a great ball by Destiny Adoji. He actually lifts it over the man, knows the tackle's coming. Oh, it's just wide. Oh, he's got to score. It's a free
I don't
header.
think he even gets header. He doesn't even get a header on it. I think it hits the shoulder.
Oh, he's got to score. He's bet his man and everything he's got in front of him. The goalkeeper's gone the other way. He's got to score. Madison.
Yeah, he shouldered it. Pedro has to get it back into the area.
Oh, go on. Come on, Dom.
Good work.
Oh,
great
another
work.
Corner. Oh.
Can we take something from one of these set pieces, please?
Come on. It's going to be an outswinger here from Porro. Probably do a short one here, maybe. Just keep the pressure on. The cracks are starting to form. Get a good delivery here.
Pedro.
Oh. Madison. Puts it back across the line. Goes for the overhead. Just doesn't make the connection we needed. Unlucky. Good improvisation.
It actually looked like it was going to be deflected on to someone else after this, but I think it took another block. Yeah, it took another deflection.
It's going to be one of them games today, Jacko, isn't it?
Just wish that bounced kindly to somebody else. Kudus does very well there.
I'm sick of it, though. Every time we come up against the fucker, we allow him to do this. Someone go and smash him.
Ambasaka, one-on-one with Sonny. Gets a corner for West Ham.
He's beating 3 players there, and they're all standing there watching him move around the pitch like he fucking owns the turf. Go and smash him. Liven it up a little bit. Why do we make our life so difficult? Madison on Mikel Antonio. I'm not quite sure about that matchup.
Antonio maybe being responsible for putting off Vicario.
It's way overhit. Nice one. Right, nice and quickly. While they're all up, don't wait for them to get back. Let's get it going. There we go. Van de Ven. Let's move it. Come on, someone look for it. That's it. Go yourself, Mickey. Good ball to Sonny.
Two minds there. Just when we were getting forward too, you don't really want to give it away there.
No. If he could just get his feet sorted, that's a simple ball around the corner for Adoji to keep the momentum.
Can we win this?
That? Oh, come on. If I see another West Ham player take on 3-4 players, I'm going to scream.
It's Kudus once again.
Well done. Make up for it now, Paul.
Make a run, Brennan. Find Brennan. Oh. See Madison.
Assume we move that into Madison now. Let's go, Madison. Come on.
There you go. Into Brennan. He's
on
got
the overlap with Kulu.
Well.
Feed him.
It's not a good ball.
It's a shit ball. It is a shit ball from Johnson. Come on, kid.
Good win from Madison, though. Well done, Matters.
Right, Paro.
Pedro finds Johnson. Johnson, you got to be ready for it, but also it's way too overhit from Pedro.
Lord. We're just committing absolute crimes against football. It's a simple ball from Johnson on the overlap for Kulu. Underhits it. Simple ball from Paro to Johnson. Overhits it. Fuck me.
Underhit, overhit.
Look like Guardiola.
I don't even think West Ham have even looked very good. I think we've just looked pretty meh. We've looked pretty bleh.
We just not moving the ball quick enough in possession. And when we try, it's just overhit, underhit. It's the typical game back from international fucking break.
We're not really creating enough chances, though, compared to other games, too. Compared to Brighton, compared to Man United, compared to some of the other games. We haven't really created that many chances. It's probably been one of our least creative games. Could be also just international break, players coming back a bit slow, a bit lethargic, but it's not really like you can give them that excuse because the way that they ended international break.
Yeah.
Or the way that they begun it.
It's the problem right there.
It's not really allowed. Can't really give them that excuse because of the way that they finished things off with Brighton.
Good ball by Van de Ven. That's better. Come on, Sonny. Space now. Moves it around the corner.
Destiny. Forced to.
Well
Van de Ven. Romero. West Ham. Very camped in.
Centrally. Blocking absolutely everything up centrally. The game's out wide now.
We get it out wide to. I think it's Johnson out there, yeah. Kulu taking on his man. Sonny, can he get in a good cross? Out for another corner.
Corner kick. What's that? 10 this time?
Yeah, geez. That's so many at this stage.
We've gone short. Kulu. Madison.
Top of the penalty area for
Pedro. Oh! Keeper spills it. Johnson tries to go in and follow it up. Unlucky.
Oh, nearly there.
Took a wicked deflection.
Even the shot looked good from the get-go.
Areola done well there to adjust his body. Now get after him. Get after him. Wait, come on, Tottenham. Pick it up and let's go now before they all get back. Before they get back. There we are. Romero, back to Paro and whip it in. It's not hard.
Oh,
good defending again. He's better from Tottenham, though. We're knocking on the door. Keep the pressure up. Something will fall our way. It's going to be an outswinger from Pedro Porro. 11 corners to Tottenham so far. Madness. It's an outswinger. No one on the end of it again. Are we allowing Kudos to hold that up and get out? We are. Holy Lord.
The ball is just a fucking magnet to his foot.
That guy's a real issue. Ref, he stole about 40 yards on that. Well, Jesus Christ. Areola pumps it long, straight over towards Kudos. Again, the fucker's holding it up.
Win this. There you go, Dom. Great touch.
Move out of the way, ref.
Come on, Madison.
What?
Find him on the right. You got Sonny as well.
You've got two there. You've got Kulu. Kulu cuts in. Unleashes it. Yes! It's off the post!
Fire now.
Gimme a ginger from Sweden, number 21, and he plays on the wing.
Oh,
gimme a ginger from Sweden.
Dave, this kid, everyone's talking about Ronaldo Johnson. Can we talk about Dejan Kulusevski? This kid is on absolute fire. He's not on a goal-scoring streak, but he's just on a performance streak. He's been playing so well recently. What a goal, cutting inside. Madison, I thought, almost gave it to him a bit late, but he does really well here, cutting inside, takes that extra touch. Near post as well. He likes going for the near post, catches the keeper out, and it just gets a kind little cushion touch off the inside of the post. Both posts might as well hit both of them, and it goes in, bumbles in off the back of the post there. Lovely.
Move out his way. It's the Kulu train. Meet, out the way, roadrunner in the back of the net. That's how we fucking do it. Sometimes you just got to be strong.
So needed.
You just got to bombard your way through. That's how you do it, Kulu. Ice
so
cold.
needed. So needed.
Ice, baby. Kulu. Come on.
Very clutch from Kulu there. He's been by far the best player in this half and needed somebody to step up like that. And I know everyone's been asking, where are the leaders? I would say Kulusevski has been that in this game. He's been a leader by example, that's for sure. And also, I think it was Dominic.
Give us a minute.
I think it was Dominic Solanke as well, who had a brilliant touch that led that on to Madison. And then once it got to Madison, we had tons of numbers in that break there.
Oh.
And whoever also good pressure that led to, I think whoever led that sort of press or that pressure that led to that moment, really well done by Spurs.
Oh,
Kulusevski's also been recovering. Yeah, he's been recovering a lot of balls in midfield.
Honestly, he's everywhere.
Pedro.
He's everywhere. They're going to
Johnson,
start calling
can he flick it on? Yes, he does. Oh. Well done, Johnson.
Move out the way, Slanky.
Oh, yes. Well done.
Go on, Kulu.
Kulu.
Go on, Kulu.
Oh.
Going to start calling him the right-on lawnmower, Jack. He's fucking everywhere, cutting every blade of grass. Oh, West Ham on the attack here, though. Calm it down, Dave. Don't get too carried away.
Hell, Antonio, that was very donkey-ish. It's almost like he's on quicksand there, the way that he couldn't get that under control. Madison. He's sinking into the ground.
Big up Danny Darko. Definitely get the Kulu song, my man. Super chat here from Paul Mark. He says, I still don't rate Johnson as he cannot take on laid on for a blind man to score on. No, look, don't get me wrong. I agree with half of that. I think, that. Oh, 1 second, though. Pedro Porro! Oh! Taken away from Sonny. Good defending. Look, one thing I'll give Johnson is, and maybe it is playing to his strengths, let Kulu take the ball. All Johnson's got to do is run off him. And as long as he does that, he's going to score goals in this team. And look, that's all you want from him at the end of the day. Score goals and assist goals. Paul Markey. Look, I still agree with you in terms of I want to see him really skin his man, deliver that sort of killer ball into the box. I still think that's an area to his game that he still needs to work on and develop. But I'm not going to complain. I've asked the guy to score goals and assist goals, and he's doing it right now. So I don't have too much complaints, lad. Jack?
Yeah, I just think with Johnson quickly, Paul Markey, it just seems like Spurs are building a good attack here. So just a moment. Sonny finds Kulu, who's been everywhere today. Oh, yes.
That's another one. Blocked.
Good touch from Sonny.
Sonny nearly dummied himself there at the step overs.
I just think with Brennan Johnson, Paul Markey, it's just that he needs to do one of both, or one or the other. He needs to either score goals or he needs to create goals. And at the moment, he is scoring goals. And whether you think they've been easy or difficult, I don't think it's a coincidence if someone scores 6 goals in a row, right? You know, that does take some skill at least. You have to be at the right place at the right time. You have to have some type of composure. Good ball.
Kulu nearly again. Great little idea from Solanke. What I will say, though, is ideally you want him to have ball, right, Paul Markey? I agree with you on that. A good winger can do ball. Good movement off the ball to get himself in goal-scoring positions, but also get on the ball and beat his man and crossbars and that. 100%, I get what you're saying. But if he can't do one, you want him to do the other, right? And at least he's doing one of them. He's contributing right now, which is, all we can ask for.
It was a bit of a Sunday league miss, though. Well done, Mickey. It was a bit of a Sunday league miss, though, from Brennan Johnson. Like, shouldering it, just completely miscuing it. But how many times have we seen the majority of the Spurs players do that? We are not a clinical team. As much as Johnson has been scoring the goals, I still wouldn't call ourselves a very clinical team.
No. Ref, we'll have that one, please.
I guess not.
Do not let that get out to Kudos.
Well done, Romero. Solanke. Great pressure from Romero.
No, not Solanke. Oh, it's Romero. Fuck me. What's he doing?
Solanke dropping deep, though.
And he skins past his man.
Oh, just a heavy touch maybe there at the end.
It's going to be one of them games where we just got to barrel
forward. Don't foul.
Now foul. Now take him out. Assassinate him.
We got no one forward.
Good. I love that shoulder from Mickey Van de Ven on Antonio there.
Antonio did pretty well, to be fair to him, initially to get that space to, try to pace Mickey Van de Ven. But it's almost like Mickey Van de Ven was insulted that he even thought that he could try to take it past him like that. Romero one-on-one with Paqueta.
Oh,
well done, Johnson.
Go on, Johnson. All the way you go. Go on,
there
keep
you
back
go,
your
kid. Sir,
we'll have that one, referee. At least we'll have that one. That's a yellow. Yeah, good call, Jack.
Well. Make sure to check the bookies. Make sure his family members haven't put anything on him for another one. A little extra payday.
His bank balance.
Everybody keep an eye on that bank balance after that yellow card for Paqueta.
The FA will be straight on that one now, checking his account.
Well done, though, by Johnson, actually taking us forward there.
Come on, Porro. Go on, Solanke. Get in there.
Solanke.
He's recycling it. That's all right. Keep it in. Let's go. Come on, Sonny. There's one here for you today.
One-on-one with Basaka. Destiny, a little bit of space for him. Matters. Space for him.
Don't shoot. It's not the right angle. Good.
Cool.
Oh! Ball to the doji. Gets it across. Someone. Oh! He's gone for the scissor kicks. Oh, unlucky. What an effort. What play by Kulu. Look at that. Oh, that's Ronaldinho-esque.
Oh, my Lord. Pedro Porro coming in late. If he
scored that, Jack, if he scored that, I think I'd pass out. That would have been such a sexy goal.
Like a running karate kick.
The running karate kick. Fuck me. Nearly got a black belt awarded to him just for that alone. Great technique. Well done. Now we're battling. Now we're getting up for it. Now we're waking up. Come on, press the shite out of them. There we go. 2 minutes of intensity before halftime. Let's go, Tottenham. Another chance in this before halftime.
Well done, Basuma.
Come on, someone pick up that second ball offside. Come on, Tottenham. One more attack in us. There's one more golden opportunity before halftime, Jack. I can sense it. My spidey senses.
Alan Rakdos Madness, good to see you in the house. He's saying that needed to go in. I think we all were willing that to go in. Oh, good ball from Sonny.
Here's the chance.
Madison, he's got time. Madison. Oh, he dropped Suchek to the floor there.
This is the chance. This is it. We're going to score one from a corner.
Good to see you, though, Alan. That would have been spectacular. Would have been a spectacular goal.
Just a build-up play. This back here from Kulu, the cross, the karate kick.
Kulu again. Right foot. Pedro Porro, they're closing him down.
It's a shite ball from Porro. It's lazy. That.
Also, yeah.
He's put us great tracking back. He's finally made a tackle. Well done, Basuma. Look, I'm not as panicked now. The game's back in the balance for us. You know, we've been the better team. If we can keep going and take another opportunity, put the game in our ascendancy, just as long as we clawed that goal back before half-time was huge.
Yeah, Spurs feel like the better team. It just also feels a tad bit cagey.
Oh, it's still cagey. Don't get me wrong. It is cagey, but
no,
fuck
good ball
off.
behind for
How is he
Antonio.
getting that space?
One ball just splits up the whole team there. Great tackle from Romero, but you have to
Get out
stay
there,
switched
Poro.
on. You have to stay switched on. Udogie back post.
Oh,
Wow,
Jesus.
Kudus really rates himself.
Getting inspired by
Okay, ref.
That's a yellow. 1 minute
Come on,
stoppage.
let's bring another attack here.
Go on, Destiny.
Udogie.
Go on, Destiny. Go on.
There you go.
Go
Good
on,
strength.
kid. They don't have it.
Find
They
Sonny.
don't want it.
Find Sonny.
Oh, cheeky.
Still,
Now play him.
Come on, man.
He's got himself.
Sir.
Oh, wrong option.
Just got to get it to Sonny at some point.
Yeah, he got greedy.
Kulu.
Kulu picks it back up. Go forward.
Turned. Got to get forward.
Look at Poro. Look at fucking Poro. There we go. Come on, Pedro. One ball in before halftime. You've nothing to lose. Back to Romy.
Romero.
You have it, Romy.
Clips it to Sonny.
Sonny. Good touch. Gets it across. Oh, no one there. Both of them have gone beyond the run of the ball.
Oh, it's hard. Maybe Sonny didn't have the best touch in the world, but still, how is no one there? It's
he
just
recovered with
it's
the
right
good
on the
cross
6-yard box. It's just dangling in the 6-yard penalty area, just
What
to
a
be
ball from
smashed
Romero.
home. Just someone makes a late run, and you're just smashing that in the back of the net. Nearly a second for Spurs at the end there. What a performance from Dejan Kulusevski. It was absolutely sensational, generational performance from him in that first half. Must say, he was just levels above everybody else. Him and Kudus have actually probably just been putting on a show here, putting on a clinic in this type of game, these two. Would lovely to have both of them in the same team. But Dave, yes, a very interesting performance. And before we break it down, just quickly, everybody, we do have to give a plug for our sponsor of the month, NordVPN. We're very, very close to actually reaching the threshold here for this to be more of a long-term sponsorship. So if you want to support the channel in an extra way, you could consider grabbing yourself a 2-year membership with NordVPN. You get an extra 4 months free with that 2-year membership. And with that, everybody, you can be able to watch Spurs games without having to go to any dodgy websites or having to worry about paying too much for a streaming service or for a cable service of any kind. I know Spurs fans, lots of times we're ending up watching Europa League games or FA Cup games, Carabao Cup. You always have to figure out where it is, what channel it's on, whether it's even on one of the packages that you're paying for. And it can be really expensive as well as frustrating. And if you did have a VPN, you'd be able to give yourself that bit of extra confidence that you would be able to watch Spurs games on a regular basis. You might also save yourself a buck or two where you might be paying too much for maybe some Spurs games. You're not even able to watch all Spurs games. So if you want, grab yourself a NordVPN, use our code FLATCAP in the top of the chat there, pinned at the top of the comments, and head on over and grab yourself a 2-year plan, please, and get us over that threshold. We'd be very appreciative of it, but it just allows you to be able to watch Spurs games on a much easier basis with more peace of mind, with either, not having to go to dodgy websites or save yourself a buck or two on a streaming package. Move yourself to the USA, move yourself to Malaysia, Australia, wherever you might want to go and be able to watch Spurs games with that peace of mind. Anything I'm missing, Dave?
Yeah, look, and once you buy one, you can use it on 10 devices. So, wherever you're traveling, whatever device you may be, you can always tune in and watch your Spurs play. That's the best benefit I can give you. And plus, it's safe. It's got security protections, protects your details, your data, all that good stuff as well. So make sure you get on it, guys. And thank you to NordVPN for the partnership and the sponsorship. Hopefully, they can bring some luck as well, and we can get the second and go and beat West Ham. And like Jack said, the link is in there, pinned in the chat or in the description below. So get on it, get over and get your NordVPN. But look, the game. Look, 1-1 at halftime. Game is still in the balance. The West Ham goal was such a sucker punch. It was really poor defending from both fullbacks. Really, really poor defending from both fullbacks. But We galvanized ourselves. We got ourselves back in the game with Kulusevski leading the charge. That guy's been absolutely sensational. He's been at the heart of everything good going forward, and in the middle, he's winning a lot of battles in there as well. So fair play to him. He's been absolutely insane. And what a goal, by the way. Touches, beats his man on the inside. One thing you've been asking of the guy, Jack, have more confidence in yourself. Take that shot on. He done that. One post, two post, and in the back of the net. He deserves that bit of luck. Now you're just hoping that now that we've got half time, we can regather ourselves and go at them again in this second half and really make them pay, and really take the 3 points that ultimately we deserve, But, it's a huge test for them. The pressure's going to be on now. The game in the balance, there's going to be nerves in there right now. They're going to be fearful of what happened against Brighton last week. This will be a really good test of their character, a really good test of the leadership group, and a really good test out of how they want their season to be. What do you want to get out of your season? These are pivotal moments right now. Carte diem, go and seize the day.
No, it's a must-win game from the get-go, and it's still a must-win game in this position at 1-1 at halftime. And it's a massive one for us here. I think it's a huge chance for Spurs to just regather that momentum that we were building before that collapse against Brighton. Let's see if we can do that here in the second half. It's been a bit of a confusing one for me, to be honest, everyone. Like, I don't think we've played nearly as well as we have in previous games, like the way we played against Man United, the way that we played against even Brighton in that first half, the way we played against Brentford, the way we played it against Karabag. Those sort of performances, I would say, were far better than this one, mostly, especially going forward. I think going forward in this game, we have been slightly frustrated by West Ham. They have that really deep, low block. I think we're finding it hard to get it out into the wide areas on a consistent basis. It feels like kind of like a little bit systematic as Spurs. More often than not, it's going over to Sonny's side. Once it heads over to Sonny's side, there are certain opportunities that he gets where he does get a bit of space, but they tend to double up on him, make it really tight and difficult for him to get around his defender or even cut inside. And then when it gets to Kulusevski, he's been kind of the playmaker. He's been that sort of leader for us. But Maddison, I would also say, he's played pretty well, but kind of similar to Sonny, doesn't have a lot of space in this game. When he does get space, he's trying his best to make something happen, but it's just West Ham that made things a bit more difficult for us than maybe other teams have in this game. They probably defended better against us than other teams have. But I'd also say we just haven't been as sharp. We haven't been as quick on the ball either. It kind of cuts both ways, where it's credit to West Ham for stifling us, making life difficult. But it's also, I think, Spurs maybe not being as creative, as sharp on the ball as they could be in this game. For example, I'd say Basuma was someone who I think slowly warmed up into this game. I think he started off quite poor and then has gotten a bit better over time in this game. But in possession, we saw a couple of times, like people have pointed out, he tends to give it away or maybe dawdles on the ball a bit too long. And then there were some other moments in this game where I think Spurs just weren't maybe as sharp and maybe a little bit sloppier in possession than they normally have been. It's hard, though, to really praise anybody else, I'd say, but Kulusevski in this game. I think Kulusevski has just been the spark. He that goal was practically his, cutting inside, creating that little bit of space for himself. I thought Maddison actually fed the ball a bit too late because he had Johnson in behind, he had Sonny in behind, kind of waited, took the very safe option by eventually getting it to Kulusevski, but it's all Kulusevski from there. It's really good work from Solanke, I think, to get an initial touch in midfield, which led to that counterattack. But for me, it's all Kulusevski in this first half, and we need other players to step up in a similar way if they can. And I think we can then go on and win this one. But it's a difficult one for me, Dave, because we just haven't played as well as we have in other games and as well as we have against other opponents. And I think West Ham have caused us some problems and have frustrated us. And Spurs just haven't been nearly as good as they have in other games. And let's just hope they can be better in the second half, I guess.
I think, look, the intensity in terms of out of possession isn't there the way it was there against Brighton in the first half, Man United and stuff like that. And I think if they can get that going in the second half, they'll start causing West Ham a lot more problems. But in possession, I just think we've been a bit slow at times. At times you want them to move that ball quicker. And because West Ham, if you look at what they're doing, they're just blocking up that middle. They don't want to give Kulu or Maddison that space. They don't want to give Solanke that space. They're very happy to give Johnson and Son that room out wide and say, look, put the ball in the box. We've got 11 men in here. Do your best. So for me now, this game is out wide. I want to see us move that ball quickly, a bit like what we were doing towards the end of that first half. Move it quickly, get it out wide, put them under pressure, and start putting the balls in, take shots, because you're going to get a ricochet today that's going to fall to someone like Solanke, and he's going to bury it, and that's what will help us go and get that second goal. So for me, the game is out wide. This is where we need Son, this is where we need Johnson, Porro, and Destiny Adoji to really deliver that little bit of quality, that decisive ball, really add that bit of quality to it. And defensively, Porro and Destiny Adoji need to get to grips with Bowen and Kudos. It's their only two outlets that they have, and the only two players that are causing Tottenham problems. They've got to get to grips and deal with that very, very quickly. If you do that, you keep West Ham penned back for 45 minutes, eliminate their danger, and then it's all about us. Do we then have that creativity, that guile? So that's the way this game needs to go. But it's also a big team talk for Ange Postecoglou. Whatever the team talk was last week, it didn't work. Game's in the balance now. I wonder what he's saying in there. I wonder, is he dishing out some rollickins to maybe wake them up, or what sort of way is he approaching it? It's a big half for Tottenham Hotspur. Let's see what we can do, Jack. I'm excited. Look, by no means are we out of this game. I get some people might be a bit down because of what happened before the international break. But this game is winnable for us. It's not like we're being outplayed. We're the better team. It's just, are we going to continue making the same mistakes where we don't come out of games with what we deserve, or are we actually going to take what we deserve from this game? Let's wait and see.
I'm just caught in that frustrating balance here, everyone, where I'm finding it hard to really lose my rag over that performance, because it's not like we played well enough to be 2-0 up, 3-0 up, but it's not like I think we played poor enough either that we deserve to be losing or anything. It's kind of like, I think the 1-1 draw is actually pretty fair to both teams, where West Ham created two very good moments and they took one of them. But apart from that, I wouldn't say they've created all that much, to be honest. They've just frustrated us when we've been in possession going forward. And then for ourselves, I think we've knocked on the door, at plenty of times, but we haven't really created true clear-cut chances, I think, so far in this game. Maybe Brennan Johnson's was the best of the opportunities, and there might have been some other ones here and there, but for the most part, Spurs haven't created that many clear-cut chances. West Ham created one or two. They took one of them, but apart from that, they're not creating that much in this game. It's just very much in the balance right now, and even the performance for me kind of reflects that. One that it hasn't really written the whole story, and so it's kind of hard for me to make my mind up. And as you probably don't need to, at halftime, you don't need to make your mind up at on the performance yet. We still have 45 minutes left of football here to decide, what will happen. But yeah, it's one where I'm just very much in the balance here. I'm very much in the middle of whether to criticize or to be positive. I'm kind of just in this neutral position about kind of the performance, and I'm just looking forward to them hopefully, riding us, or taking the win here and riding home with a win. I have confidence that we can do that. I do have confidence that we can go on and win this game, but it's also dependent on some Ange Postecoglou in-game management, Dave, which hasn't been the best of late. He hasn't made the right substitutions, has maybe left things a little bit too late at times. That's also up to Ange here, is to have some in-game management in this game.
No, 100%. Look, I think going into this half, you can easily see Tottenham going on and winning it, but as DB says, you can easily see Tottenham's fragilities coming back to haunt us, right? And it will come down to, Postecoglou making changes at the right time. If we go out in this half and we're doing well and there's one winger that's not at it, you got to take them off very quickly and give someone else their opportunity. Don't leave them out there to 80 minutes before you make a sub. Give them time to affect the game off the bench. But, if we're getting overrun easily, you got to be brave. You got to make that decision nice and early and try and extend the game back in your favour. I think Postecoglou at times can be guilty in trusting these players too much. Does it work out more often than not? At Tottenham, it's hard to say so. So for me, he's got to be on it today. He's got to lead the way. But what I will say is, them players also need to step up now and have a bit of pride, Jack. It was a poor way to go on international duty the way we lost that league to Brighton. You go and win this, that's all forgotten. Because, quite frank, I'm sick of that Brighton thing being brought up. All it does is scrutinise the leadership, the players, the manager, and rightly so to a degree when you lose. But I'm sick of it. I want a new talking point now heading into this week. So let's go and beat West Ham. Let's go and get the 3 points. We haven't beaten West Ham under Postecoglou yet. We've struggled against West Ham in recent years. At some point, if you want to go on and win stuff, you got to start turning these fixtures in your favour. Go and show some pride. Go and show last week is an anomaly and it's not going to happen again. And go and deliver the 3 points that we deserve, us fans. It's all well and good saying we've got to get behind the boys. But at some point, they've also got to say, do you know what? We're going to drag you along with us. So it's up to them today. Let's go.
Yeah. And everyone, if you can for us, there are over 400 in the house. If you can, smash
Jack,
that like button,
for
please.
Basuma, people are saying.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that question. Maybe what was the logic behind that for Ange Postecoglou? But if you can for us, everybody, smash that like button. And thanks for picking us as your destination and heading on over here to watch this game with us. But Dave, yes, on Bentancur coming in for Basuma, I had said that I wasn't really that satisfied with Basuma's first half. I felt like he started to warm up. I felt like he started to look a little bit better, playing, I think, a lot better in the last 20 minutes or so, but I didn't think he started off the sharpest. And it was kind of both. I think he wasn't really doing that well out of possession, where he looked like he wasn't covering the right spaces, wasn't really occupying maybe some parts of the midfield that needed to be locked down defensively. And then in possession, we saw some sloppy touches and some sloppy giveaways in some moments. Just felt like Basuma, it's not like he really let down Ange Postecoglou. It wasn't that bad of a performance, but just not one that was maybe worthy of keeping his spot, going into the second half. I think it makes sense to bring in someone like Bentancur.
Do you know what, Jack? For a player for me with a point to prove, I think it's a pathetic performance from Basuma. And I've been a big defender of Basuma. I think it's pathetic. He made one good slide tackle near the end, but for the rest of the half, he done absolutely nothing. When he's playing there, when you see Bentancur at his best, he offers us a bit more solidity. We don't look as fragile offensively when Bentancur is in there. Papa Matasar actually is the one that looks like is coming on.
Yeah,
now
maybe
instead.
It isn't Bentancur. Looks
Maybe
like it could be
Bentancur.
Pop Matasar instead of Bentancur.
Maybe Papa Matasar is going to be brought in to help deal with Kudos, help Porro down that side. Let's wait and see what happens there. But with Basuma, I think it's a pathetic performance, even in possession. Shit. Sometimes it feels like he just doesn't show enough care. It's almost like, oh, I'm that good, I'm going to make the pass. But if it doesn't happen, tough tits. You know what I mean? It's like, that's acceptable. It's not from Basuma. So I can understand the substitution.
Taking out Madison.
It's not. Madison is good. Do you know what? Maybe Madison, I wonder, was he feeling the effects from the elbow he took to the face, or if there's an injury there? I don't think it's because of his performance. Or maybe he's recognised the signs from last week where if the game goes the other way, you need a bit more legs in there to help stem the flow.
Looks like some people are saying it could be a Madison injury. I really hope it hasn't been.
People let us know what they say on commentary.
I don't really think Madison was actually that bad in the first half. I didn't think he got as much space as Kulusevski did. That's more credit to Kulusevski than it is.
It wasn't worthy of coming off anyway.
But yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't worthy of coming off for me. But we are going to get synced up here, everybody. We just got kicked off. If you can for us, I'm going to wait till it hits about 20 seconds. Then I'm going to press start on the clock. But if you want to get synced up with us, you're certainly welcome to do so. And appreciate you guys heading on over and joining us. If you can, smash the like button, please. And if you are considering joining this community, grab a membership. And also anybody who is a fan show member, send in your fan cams after this game. Give us your reactions, please.
Jack, I'm just thinking, if commentary got wind that Basuma was coming off for Bentancur, I wonder, was that the sub he was supposed to make, and Madison has piped up with an injury, so they've had to pivot.
Yeah, so he had to, that's probably, could be very spot on. What an odd clearance from Romero.
That would have been unreal if that went in.
It's hard to tell. Maybe it was actually a bit of a clearance / attempt on goal there. But yeah, I think it could have been the case that he could have been the case that he wanted to bring on Bentancur for Basuma. But yeah, Madison has that injury and he had to think about it very differently. Good header from Romero. Great header from Romero. It's just Solanke couldn't bring it under control and maybe left something onto Debo there. J-Mac, I don't think anyone is really even criticizing Ange Postecoglou. I think people are right to justify or right to say that he didn't do that well with the in-game management in the last game. But I think he has done that in this one. He's made changes that either he needed to or he felt like he needed to in this
But
game.
people are saying it's tactical, and I can understand it. When the game got tough last week, Madison didn't muck in, and he's always going to be at risk of being taken off if the game gets like that, you know? So, you know, at least Postecoglou's trying.
Kudos cutting Bowen cutting inside. Johnson.
Take that in.
I don't know if that was the right idea by Johnson.
Could have took that down himself there.
Yeah, he didn't need to pass that on to Kulusevski.
People saying it seems like a crazy sub. I think that's what J-Mac's referring to when he says he can't win either way. Madison doesn't look fucking happy, does he? He looks mad pissed off. Look, anger in his face.
Could be just the fact that he had to be taken off. I didn't see too much wrong with Madison's performance in the first half.
Neither did I. But I can understand that if you're losing the midfield battle maybe, or he's anticipating West Ham ramping it up a bit, you got to get another player in there that can win the ball.
That's too heavy Too heavy. Good little chance for a counter-attack there. Kulu.
Just make the right decision. Don't fuck about with it.
Basuma, not a great touch.
Like, what is the point of Basuma passing that to Porro there? What do you expect him to do? Hook that down the fucking line. Even Porro's looking at him going, what do you want me to do with that? Hook that down the line.
I think it starts, though, with Basuma not having a great touch there and then just panicking. Good pressure from Solanke and Sonny.
That's it, Sonny.
Udogie getting caught out, trying to press high on Wan-Bissaka. It's out wide to Jared Bowen.
Have we switched formation to a 4-2-3-1? I think we have, you know. I think Papa Sarr is going to help one side and Basuma helps the fullback the other side. I think we've gone to a 4-2-3-1 where Kudu will actually play as a cam instead of two cams. I think it's a change in formation. West Ham have ramped it up here, though, the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Finding it difficult to get into the second half. Referee, come on. He stopped them from getting back up on that.
Also, did anybody get to see what they were doing at halftime? Did they do the interviews or like a player interview or a manager interview at halftime?
They can do it during the game as well, Jack. They can go and interview a player coming off or a player coming on as well. Yeah, but did you notice anything at halftime where they did? Because it's a new thing they're bringing in.
Because some people are saying it was a tactical change, not an injury change, and I'm curious where they're getting that information from.
Well, it looks like it. When you look at Madison, you see the red in his face. He looks so angry on the bench. It looks like it's been tactical.
Romero.
Like I said, I think the idea is for Sarr to get out and help Udogie with Bowen and Basuma to get out and help.
More like Sarr. Sarr helping out Basuma defensively.
So basically, you got two CDMs getting back there to get across and help your fullbacks is basically what I think the idea behind it is. Sonny.
Well done, good Sonny. Destiny.
Shoot.
Destiny.
Oh, gone for a corner kick.
Well done.
You take that. That's better from Tottenham. Come on, let's ramp this pressure up a little.
Well done by Destiny to get a shot off there.
Come on. Imagine Sarr gets on the end of this corner kick. That'd be amazing.
He's been excellent in European games. Mickey Van de Ven could have gotten ahead onto that.
Oh, unlucky Kulu.
Jared Bowen just gets it cleared. Destiny into Pop Matasar here. The star boy. Finds Romero. With Madison gone, though, someone's going to need to take a bit more creative onus.
Yeah.
Either more from Kulusevski or maybe players like Romero are going to need to pick out some passes.
Sarr's just going to have to step up as well to a large degree.
Yeah. Can't just be defensive. Romero.
I'll get it out there.
Mickey Van de Ven. Sarr dropping deep. Finds Sonny out wide. Who's one-on-one with Bowen.
Good
Finds
ball.
Destiny. Good ball from Sonny.
Well done,
Can
Destiny.
someone...
Basuma!
Basuma!
Yes! Come on! Come on! Oh!
Mentality, Basuma. Come on, man. He stayed on the pitch, and he's grabbed a winner, a potential winner here for Spurs. 2-1 up, and it's Yves Basuma rewarding Ange Postecoglou with the faith there. Absolutely great finish, and it's a great setup from Sonny and Destiny Udogie. Great work from Destiny and Sonny here.
Great ball by Son. Look at that. Outside of the boot, he's on. Great ball. And Destiny Udogie to pull that back there. That's brilliant.
Great cutback and composure from Destiny. Finish. And look at this late run from Basuma. He sees the space, and it's a composed finish. Way to hit it low. It's kind of what your coaches want to see. Hit it low, hit it into the ground. Well done for Basuma. Maybe a bit of a slip there, but, you know, almost throws the goalkeeper off. We'll take it. Absolutely.
Now it's hammer time. Now it's hammer time, baby.
Start popping the bubbles, everybody. Start getting those goggles on. Start spraying the bubbles and popping them. Start popping the champagne is what we should be doing. 2-1 up. Come on, boys.
Stop. Take a look and listen. Tottenham, we're playing, we're glistening. Oh.
Kudus. Oh
Take him
out.
out.
Are you fucking serious,
fucking
man?
hell. Oh, my Lord. What is going on? It's the whole team he's beating. Fuck me. He's beating everyone.
He's just relentless.
He's a one-man machine. Someone take him out. Take the batteries out. Who are we getting?
Absurd.
Somerville?
Absolutely absurd.
Who's coming on? Sensio, Somerville, and who's that? Alvarez? Oh, well done, Sarr. I'll do. Just disrupt them.
Nobody beats DeBiss, says Lazy 8. He absolutely bissed it in. He zoomed it in. Can he find Pop Matasar here? Kulusevski. Can he find Sarr at the back post? Kulusevski.
Oh, have it.
Still Kulu.
Have it.
Find Sonny.
Sonny. Yeah! Yeah! He's in your head. In your head. Sonny. 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 Come on.
Great move again. Great composure by Kulusevski. Finding Sonny there on the overlap. And it's
someone call 999 because Tottenham are on fire.
Great win from Basuma here. Great win there. Sonny picks it up deep. Finds outside the foot again to Kulusevski. He loves that outside the foot, Sonny, today. And Kulu, great composure there. Great job taking off the defender, taking the attention. And he finds Sonny. And it's a good, gorgeous finish. A little bit of a bumble into the back of the net, but who cares?
Who says who's calling out Ange Postecoglou for the substitution? Come on,
I think that must be an own goal then. Yeah, it's going to be an own goal.
It's Sonny's goal. The intent was from Son. Fuck them. It's hammer time, baby. Really is hammer time. You can't touch this. MC Hammer, let's go. My. Tottenham hits me so hard.
3-1 predictions are in. Who's going for 4-1? DJ AK said, I said 4-1, Dave. Come on, DJ. Let's go for 4. Great position Spurs have found themselves in here, and it's a great start. 10 minutes in, 3-1, 2 goals up. Great changes made by Ange at halftime. Everybody questioning the changes. Everybody mad about the team management, the game management from Ange, and we're 3-1 up after 10 minutes.
By the way, Kleenex, if anyone works for Kleenex and you're out there, West Ham are looking for a new sponsorship. They need some tissues to dry their tears up. So Kleenex, get on it.
Something happened off the ball there, maybe to Brennan Johnson by the looks of things.
Tottenham hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord. Hammer time.
Two very good goals though, and both I would say Sonny plays a huge part in, because Sonny drops deep for that last goal to bring everybody into play, to bring Kulusevski into play, and then he plays that gorgeous outside the foot through ball to Kulusevski. And then also with the other goal, the second goal, Sonny also plays another very good outside the foot pass to Udogie down the line in the box, and two very good created goals by Sonny. As much as he hasn't scored the goals of recent, he is that creator, and a far better creator than Timo Weenie.
Can I just say to Johnny Mac, not J Mac now, Johnny Mac, he's a West Ham fan. He was in here gloating when they went 1-0 up, and probably is angry now because he went a bit too soon. I don't really want to go too soon, but just what I want to say, Johnny Mac, is shh, hold that L, please, and just have a good day. Bye-bye.
DJ AK saying, I'm put the vanilla on ice for you, Dave.
Thank you, DJ. You got to spin that one tonight wherever you're DJing, my man. Got to get
vanilla
that one
ice on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit the hammer at dance, Dave.
That'd be a good TikTok, actually.
Das Hammer. Die Hammer.
Oh, that's why. I wish I had time after the game today. I can't have to go rush off to my sister's birthday. But if I did, I'd probably practice the hammer dance and do it for TikTok just to wind them all up. Oh, Vicario, now go down on it. You need to go down. You need rest.
Opening the bubbly, Danny Darko. Exactly right, my friend. Open the bubbles. Start popping the bubbles. Start popping the bubbles champagne style. And also Adrian Chia has joined us. Just a moment, Adrian. He's saying, big up, lads. Let's tear him a new one. Hate the bubbles. You absolutely hate them, Adrian. I love to hear that, my friend. Lots of people don't have any love lost for West Ham, and as they should, right? Because, it's West Ham's cup final. That's pretty much their whole existence, is to try to take the mick out of Spurs. And we kind of just treat them like sort of that annoying little brother, that kind of that cousin, that maybe you just don't care about, or just someone that you kind of you're sort of just frustrated by their existence, where they're just absolutely obsessed with our existence, Adrian Chia. It's a very different relationship that we have between our clubs and between ourselves. And it's just good to give them that little brother mentality, that little brother lesson.
We're absolutely saucing them out right now. Just nutmegging them all over the place. Really making them look like the little bros. Oh,
DJ AK is getting the bubble emojis in the chat here.
Sonny. Come on. Let's go. Number 4 here. It's
Kenny
yours.
Hunt one down here. 1-on-1. Yes, he does. In the back of the net. It's too easy for him. It's too easy. It's too easy there. You know it's going in the back of the net. You know it's a goal. When he's 1-on-1 like that, you know it's a goal. It's too easy. You could close your eyes. You could put the house on it.
Sonny. West Ham fans, he's in your fucking head. Come on, Sonny.
Oh, it's gorgeous to see that from Sonny. Great win from Sarr. He's had a great impact in this game. Sarr, look at that through ball, Dave. Did you see that through ball from Sarr? Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's 1-on-1. Sending Todibo dancing, sending him back to France, sending him back to the cafe, sending him for a little baile, a little bailando from Sonny there. Absolutely lovely feet. He's dancing all over the place, Todibo. Left-footed finish. And it's also the type of finish that we've been waiting for someone like Timo Weenie to have for a little while now. Yeah, it's good to have Sonny back. It's good to have him back.
I mean, everyone was raving about this Todibo guy, and Son's just absolutely put him in the meat grinder. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Even Ange is giving the ham a slap there, if you saw there with that celebration. He just gave a little punch to the hand. I think he's slapping the ham now, Ange Postacoglu's. Get the spiral ham out. Start giving it some punches, everybody. Order the wet spam from the grocery store. Head on over to your local market. Get the spiral hams out. Start slapping them. Get the wet spam out from the can. Start slapping that around. Start slapping the bubbles as well. Start slapping everything wet spam wise.
Oh, here we go. Number 5. Come on. Play Johnson.
Oh, Sonny!
Oh, it's off the post. It's off the post. How's that not got in? West Ham are being absolutely blitzed right now. It's the Blitzkrieg. Forget full Krug. It's Blitzkrieg. Come on, Tottenham. Oh, we're absolutely saucing. We are balling out. We are looking like Spurs alone right now. It's absolutely, look, Spurs fans are going crazy. They can't take all these goals at once. But I think it's safe to say now, Jack, it's bubbles time. Champagne or sparkling water, what would you prefer, sir?
Oh, at this time, it's going to probably be sparkling water, but maybe later, everybody get the champagne out, start pouring yourself some mimosas, is what I would say. Mimosa time, early in the morning, early kickoff, get the mimosas out.
And Jack, I did say to you in our member show yesterday, 5-1 scoreline for Tottenham today. I need one more, and then that's 5.
Uh-oh. Oh, what a save off of the line.
Oh, well done,
Udogie.
Destiny. That's how we do it.
They're
They're looking for
freaking
handball.
out
Fuck
here.
off.
Did he handball it? Could be a red card if he did.
He's holding his nuts. He looks like he's winded.
Oh, his
No,
arm
his
is
hands is
also
in.
attached to
His
his
hands in.
body. His
Can't
arm
be
is
given.
his arm could not be more closer to his
Yeah.
body.
Can't be given. Cry more, West Ham. Cry, cry, cry. Jack, we have a super chat here from Adrian Chia. We've actually 2. He says, big up. Oh, no, we got that one. So we have 1. And he says,
Hell with the super chat curse. We got our Sonny back.
yeah.
Absolutely right, Adrian. And again, Dave and I have made this case a million times, but we have no understanding why everybody's so quick to want to throw Sonny under the bus or want to sell him or anything like that. I mean, just those 2 moments right there just show exactly why we still need him in this team. The guy is still easily one of our best finishers in this side. Just when he's one-on-one like that with Todibo, you just know it's going in the back of the net. And also what we had to deal with watching Timo Werner. Sonny has been able to play 2 gorgeous passes that we know Timo Werner just wouldn't be able to. And he's put it in the back of the net in a manner that we know Timo Werner just wouldn't be able to. And Sonny, Dave, he can be a goal scorer, but he can be a creator. He's played both parts today.
No, he's been absolutely brilliant. I told you, Jack, as soon as he comes back from international break, this is his time to shine. This is where Sonny hits form, and he's turned up today. He's absolutely got, the 2. I give him the both goals. I think he's been brilliant. Nearly scored the hat trick. Brilliant from Sonny today. But look, this goes to show how devastating Tottenham can be. West Ham were in this game up until 10 minutes ago, and one after another, like that, bam, 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 out of the game. 3 points to Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you very much. Enjoy your long weekend, West Ham fans. It's like a bank holiday when you lose at 12:30.
Big up Adrian Chia, though. Absolutely great. And super chat curse as well and truly broken now after that, Adrian Chia. You absolutely destroyed it. You absolutely smacked it. You popped that super chat curse, popped the bubble of it. Moondog saying my 6-1 is on. Absolutely, it is, Moondog. Let's keep pushing. We did still plenty of time to get 6s, grab 7s. These are Dermatron score lines that we're looking at right now, Moondog. Dermatron level score lines. And also Ribsy85 from earlier said Sonny has 2 right feet. Werner has 2 half-cooked noodles.
Oh, sorry, Ribsy. What was he saying, Jack?
He said Sonny has 2 right feet, whereas Werner has 2 half-cooked noodles.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Son's ball-footed. That's what makes him so devastating. That's why fullbacks, they can't show him down one way because he'll just go the other, and he's as devastating. That's what makes him a player. Werner, look, that guy's got 2 left feet. He's like fucking Forrest Gump at times.
But big up Adrian Chia, and thank you so much, Moondog, for the support. We really appreciate it. You too.
Yeah, big up, guys. We're absolutely well and truly beating these losers into submission. And what's great about it is they sacked David Moyes to become Tottenham Hotspur. Do you want to play this fanciful, sexy football? Well, look, guys, I mean, just leave that to us in London. You play your defensive Moyes ball. We'll leave the football to us. And in the process, we'll buy your best players to help build it like we've done in years gone by as well. Shh.
Generational performance from that guy Kulusevski today as well. He's just been an absolute beast on this pitch today. Oh, I think you might be cutting off a little bit there.
Oh, I was saying, do you think we're done for goals, Jack, or can you handle more today?
I wish I were more awake for this performance, but I think I could easily take more goals because it'd probably wake me up more. Great passing out from Vicario there.
Can't even get close to us. They're chasing shadows now. It's embarrassing.
Great passing out.
Oh, all of a sudden, such a dark Saturday has turned into such a bright, prosperous weekend.
And like I said, I just didn't feel like I needed to at halftime. I just felt like it was a very cagey game in that first half. And so I felt like we just needed to give Spurs the benefit of the doubt that they could push on in the second. And they have done that, and they've rewarded us for that faith. Solanke, great strength. Great strength. Come on, son. Oh, too much dribbling. Oh, find him. Johnson.
Play him, Johnson. Solanke. His goal has been
is he almost
Rob
too
from him,
unselfish
Jacko.
there? Is he being too unselfish? Maybe that was the
Yeah.
right ball to. I think that was the right pass to Brennan Johnson, but at that point, you've practically just carried your whole
It's the
team up the
follow-up.
pitch there. It's almost like you got to be. It's hard to tell. Maybe the pass wasn't good enough or the touch wasn't good enough from Johnson. It's hard to tell there.
Do you know what, Jack? I've just got it in my mind. I think Richarlison's going to come off the bench and make it 5-1.
That'll be lovely to see. I think some people are saying your mic has gone a little bit low, Dave. Maybe it's
Gone low. Okay, I need to plug it out, plug it back. Give me 2 seconds.
we'll see if that works. Thanks for letting me know, lesser known. K32, can you hear the West Ham sing? Can you hear an effing thing? Can't hear anything from them. All I'm hearing are just the bubbles being poured out. The bubble mixes being poured down the drains. Oh, so close from Solanke there. He did so well to work for that too. Such good strength. The guy is an absolute beast in the weight room. He's just showing these West Ham players the weight room. It looks like Vicario is wearing a hat to protect himself from the sun. He's gone for the Pickford. Sonny down the line to Destiny. Can he find Johnson back post? Good tackle, actually, from Wan-Bissaka. Somehow gets past 2 players there. I can't hear you, Dave. Let me see. I can't hear you still. Maybe give it a refresh. Maybe just refresh your. Spurs, though, seems like they're also showing. I mean, at this point, it's pretty hard to screw it up from here. I think Spurs are just going to see if they can push on 5, 6, 7, make this just a real day out for us. But it's not even like you need to talk about in-game management at this point. I mean, West Ham, they really need to come out and either save face and hope that they don't concede more, or if they want to, they could try to push for more and see if they can try to grab more goals, or try to see if they can get their way back into this game. But even if they try that, Spurs could punish them and end up scoring even more. So
Can
it's
you hear me now?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Lovely.
But it's a difficult one for West Ham because either they try to save themselves from embarrassment from conceding more goals, or they try to push for getting back into this game. But that could only then mean that Spurs have more chances than to score more goals. It's a great scenario we find ourselves in. That's what's great about being 3 goals up instead of 2 goals up.
Yeah. Look, they've just been outclassed today. We've exploited the space in the second half. You know what? They came at us in the second half thinking that we were going to be fragile and they can get something. They opened themselves up and we've just absolutely torn them apart. Is that Sonny coming off? Sonny off for Werner. Well done, Sonny. Great performance. Great performance today.
Great performance. Maybe once again, though, Dave, could you ask maybe why Timo and not Mikey?
I think in this game, yes. I would like to see Mikey Moore maybe come on for Brennan Johnson, maybe around 75 minutes, 80 minutes, give him some experience in this
Mikey
sort of
Moore
game.
on for Sonny if he's going to take Sonny off in this case.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Look, I would rather see Mikey Moore at this point get the opportunity. But I do think there has to be some understanding, why Postecoglou keeps persisting with Werner. He is a part of the squad. He is going to get minutes. Oh,
Hey,
good
Joe.
ball. 1 second. Oh, what was that? Who done that? What was Barrow doing there? It's like he thought he was watching the NFL again, going for the kick. Yeah, I am disappointed not to see Mikey Moore get minutes. I am. Especially if Werner misses a sitter or fucking doesn't play a simple ball. It's going to piss me off even more.
Let us know though if Dave is loud enough, and then if not, then we'll try to work some ways out from there. See Vicario wearing the baseball cap though, Dave.
Yeah, I've seen that. Interesting.
Wonder what item he's gone for from the Levy shop.
Sun must be in his eyes. Yeah, I wonder what cap he's gone for. Someone's had to make a quick dart into the fucking club shot for him at
Oh,
half on. That's
Solanke, the
hilarious. Well
strength this
done.
guy has. I mean,
Star.
this guy is just bullying defenders with that
On to
strength.
Werner. Werner.
Find him, man. Find him.
Oh my
Jesus.
fucking
Oh,
Lord.
please give me Mikey Moore. Someone save me.
Oh no,
Oh
he's gonna help
no,
us
and it's
lose
even
this
led
game.
now to a West Ham attack. Somehow West Ham now have an attack when we had about 3-on-2 there. We had like a 4-on-1, a 3-on-2, and that's led to an attack for West
It's all
Ham.
because Werner passed it behind 2 Spurs players.
And Sarr was screaming for it as well. Sarr was absolutely screaming for it. Kudos.
And he's just throwing in a lazy leg. Fuck me. Werner, what the fuck?
What is Ange? Why do you persist with this man?
Oh, well done.
Johnson.
Johnson.
Take us up all the pit. Take us up.
Come on now. Come on. It's assault.
How's he not giving a foul there? How's he not giving a foul? He's just gotten taken out.
I thought we were having a friendly joke with the referee there. Obviously not.
Poor Brendan Johnson. I don't know what else he's supposed to do there. Wait. I don't know what Johnson's supposed to do differently there.
Oh, it's just too easy.
DYT2 saying the hat is giving Vicario an aura of authority. He needs that authority.
I wonder if we'll get some Benny Hill music to some of these goals later on from a West Ham perspective. Oh, well done. Ref, we'll have that again. He's not giving it again. Oh, my God.
He's not giving it again. Timo Werner expecting him to give it.
Bringing on Werner's just giving West Ham back control of the game, but down to 10 minutes.
It really has. All of a sudden, it feels like West Ham have had much more of a foothold on the ball.
Don't give away anything.
Romero.
Well done. Go on, and again. Boom. Thank you. Brilliant defending. The Ron Bomb special, that. Outswinger here from West Ham. Tottenham 4-1 to the good. For any West Ham fans listening, yes, I did say 4.
DJ AK saying, let me know if you need me for more predictions, Dave. He's gone for the 4-1 today.
I went for 5-1, so if we get the 5, you know, it'd be amazing.
Rakdos Madness saying he's certainly an impact sub. ...
Definitely.
He impacts the game in some manner, that's for sure.
Sadly, Moondog, I think Werner's put an end to your 6-1.
Kudos. Switch of play.
Get out there, Porro. I have to say, the substitution Ange made worked. Maddison can sit there and stew all he wants. Worked to treat that substitution. Helped stem Kudos and Bowen that down each side and got us the foothold going forward. Brilliant substitution.
Yeah, Sarr's been very good. I mean, he played that excellent pass for Sonny, you know, to lead to the 4th goal. But just defensively, you feel it has felt a lot more secure defensively with Sarr back into the on the pitch.
So that's Posta no clue to Posta's got a clue. Hey, we're just toying around with them now. Come on, we want more. We want more. We want more.
Pasta answer, pasta solution. West Ham fans going home early.
Imposter. Oh, they're out early. They're out early. They're surrendering. That'll go into Twitter reacts.
West Ham fans leaving early.
Actually, there's something else I had stored for Twitter reacts, actually, that someone put out before the game.
Solanke.
Can't remember what it was.
Oh, my Lord, Solanke. These people have families.
Yeah. Oh, plays it in behind. Can he get there? Johnson, he does. Oh, just good defending. Kulu's there to back him up, though. They're like the stepbrothers right now, him and Johnson. Kulu, back to the Purinator. The Purinator delivers. Back post. Bernard's blocked. Good header. Solanke, back to Kulu. Oh, Kulu.
Tried to back heel it to Johnson, just couldn't pull it off.
I think he tried to rainbow flick that. I think that's what he was trying to attempt there, Jack. He's taking the piss. That was great play from Solanke, though. That was unbelievable.
I mean, geez, the strength that this, I'm just more
And the
surprised
ball.
every time the strength that dude has.
Yeah, he's a big
Anytime
boy.
they try to nudge him off the ball, he almost uses that against them.
Oh, great defending on Kudos. Well done, Adoji. That's it. Let's go again. Come on, Kulu. Steamroll forward. Choo-choo.
Find Timo. Cut inside. Find Timo.
Look at Timo. Look at the space.
Oh.
Porro, hit him. Tottenham just wanting West Ham to waste more energy here. We're going to run the absolute legs off them.
Yeah, but Solanke's hold-up play has just been immense once again. Just he drops deep, and it's just impossible to nudge it off of him.
Oh, this is exactly what I signed up for today anyway. Come on, Spurs.
K32, is this a fire drill?
Actually, that's going to be a cracking tweet if someone pairs that with the West Ham fans leaving early. That'll definitely make Twitter reacts.
Daniel Levy practicing the fire drill alarm near the away section. Goodbye, West Ham fans, says Ilmatic.
Yeah, they've probably left early to go and eat some jelly deals. Aren't they famous for that down that side of London? Oh,
Kulu.
He's going in there for man of the match day. He's been sensational. Even the referee's laughing. Look, even the referee's laughing. West Ham players like, what do you want us to do? The referee's like, I don't know what you can do, mate. He's too good. He's like Ronaldinho.
Someone's got to... What really should show up in the Twitter react says, who's that guy? The guy who eats at like the local Dino Caf or something, like the cafe. And he goes like, a bush. Do you know that guy? The blonde-haired... It's like the blonde-haired West Ham fan. I'm not sure what he's famous for, but he's famous for something. And he gives people like the motivational breakfast speeches and things. And then he says like, have a day, have a good time, a bush. They should get that guy in the Twitter reacts. He always has some sort of English breakfast in front of him that looks absolutely disgusting.
Oh, it's been a long day for these West Ham players today. Van de Ven to Vicario onto Romero.
Danny Dyer, your team has taken one hell of a beating, says Shikari Shock. Yeah, let's get them involved in the Jason Cundy. Have you seen West Ham? Irons. Irons. Richie is coming on. Bentancur is coming on. Two beautiful sights to see. I also feel bad for some of the kids not getting the game time nomad. It feels like it's a great opportunity to give Mikey Moore some minutes. Maybe he's going to come on for Brennan Johnson at some stage, Mikey Moore, but doesn't look like it. I'd assume that Richarlison is going to come on for Solanke.
We're getting low of the subs now. Come on, Richie. Come on. Prue.
Good to see this guy back on the pitch. God, it's been a while since we've seen the beautiful Rich.
Come on, Richie.
There he is, the big man.
Well done, Solanke.
Big man on for big man.
Down the drain. Dumb Solanke doesn't score again. Well done, great performance.
Excellent hold-up play. Great performance from Solanke.
Led the line brilliantly today.
He just links everything together, Solanke. Yeah. He links everything together, and it's up to Richie to do something similar here. Can he grab a goal? Can he grab a fifth? He's going to be motivated to do that. He's definitely going to be motivated to. Well, excellent second half from Bissouma, and grabbed a very important goal as well. Very important goal.
Maybe we're going back to a 4-3-3 now, and we're going to look to go 5 and 6 here. Because if I'm interpreting the coach's instructions, he was telling them to sit in the middle and don't move. So I wonder, are we reverting back to go and get the killer now, Jack?
People want to see the kids come on.
Yeah, it would be nice, but I also understand that, you know, you also want to get your fringe players in on the action to feel confident in that going forward too. But it'd be nice to see Mikey Moore get some minutes today, for fuck's sake. Ideal opportunity.
Mark New is saying, is this Man United in disguise?
Is this United? Is it United? Is it United in disguise?
And Dave, you know what's going to be happening tonight? We're going to be getting, you know, where's West Ham? And from TalkSport, we're going to be getting the Where's West Ham. Have you seen West Ham?
Jason Cundy.
Have you
Jamie
seen West
O'Hara,
Ham?
Dumb and Dumber. Twitter is going to be fun tonight, I can tell you that.
Lovely feet from Pedro Porro. Great job from Mickey Van de Ven. Can we get a sensational run from him? Hey, way!
That's it, Van de Ven. Oh, ref, that's him gone. That's 2 players he's took out. You got to send him off. He's lost the plot. He's lost the rag.
The face as well.
He's lost the rag. Look at them. He's lost the rag, ref. Get a grip of this. Send him off. That's it. Go on, Johnson.
Well done, Johnson.
Go on, get in their face. That's it, Johnson. Romero having to hold Johnson back. I never thought I'd see that.
Well, Johnson, I think, is probably not given enough credit for that. He actually seems to love that type of stuff.
We'll have a red card here, please, ref. That's Richarlison, Kulusevski, and I think Van de Ven all went down there.
Richarlison went down like a sack of bricks.
That's it, sorry. I'm getting involved now. Yeah, Richarlison's great at that.
Yeah,
right,
no, that's naughty. That is naughty. That is naughty.
There's 4 kicks, referee.
As well, look at Emerson. Emerson also takes a swipe at him.
Oh, and that's hands to the head. He's got to go.
Emerson's
and Richarlison elbow. Yeah, great from Richarlison. Kudos has to go there. Come on, you can't slap a player like that, ref. You're not allowed to put your hands up like that.
Is he giving a yellow card to Van de Ven?
You got to send
Better
Kudos
not be.
off.
He better. Van de Ven literally had done
Straight
nothing wrong.
That's 2 hands to the face. You can't do that.
He's done nothing wrong. He literally did nothing wrong, Van de Ven. I don't know what else he's supposed to do.
He's being trampled on. He's not a fucking trampoline at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
But it's not even like he really retaliated that much. He didn't retaliate. He actually just went down after he got pushed in the head. He's given a yellow card to Van de Ven. How on earth is that fair? How does it make any sense? How is he giving a card to Van de Ven? What on earth is Van de Ven supposed to do differently?
I don't get it.
What's he supposed to be doing differently?
Oh, is there another one coming? Oh, who's reached out there?
Yeah, he shoved Pop Matasar. He's done it
twice.
That's
2 hands to
He's hit him in the head twice.
That's Van de Ven and Papa Matasar. He has to fucking go, ref. That's 2 players.
That's 2 that he's hit in the face.
That's fucking 2. That's a red card all day long. The referee
literally kicks and tramples Van de Ven. He shoves Van de Ven in the face, and then he hits Pop Matasar in the face.
No, the referee made the on-field decision. The VAR are looking at it here to get involved. It's going to be a red, surely.
I'm still incensed about Van de Ven being given a yellow card for this. Like, what on earth is he supposed to be doing differently? He goes down, Van de Ven.
And then Matasar again. That's 2 hands. He's got to go. That's absolutely violent conduct. Look at the bodies that we have around there on the ground. I think the referee's made the initial on-field decision, but VAR should step in here and say he's got to go. If you're going to give him a yellow for the Van de Ven one and he's missed the Sar one, which I can understand, he's not looking at it. He's got to call him over and give him another red. Here we go. Yep. He's going to the monitor. He's going to have a look. This would be the right decision to send him off. This would be justice.
2 hands to the face.
It's about 5 kicks on Van de Ven. One hand to the face, and then another to Sar's face. Sar gives him Van de Ven gives him a nice nipple squeeze there. A nice nipple cripple. And then come on, show the one on Sar, ref. Yep, that's bye-bye. That's petulance.
Yeah, 2 hands out there.
It's petulance. He's lost control of his emotions. He's lost control of himself. You got to send him off.
Well done by Sar.
Yep, here we go. Here we go. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey. Kudos.
Kudos to Kudos. Kudos for the red card.
Come on. Bye-bye. I'll be the same. I'll be the same. I'll be the same.
Does that go down as a straight red as well? Does that go down as a straight red? Does that go down as a straight red? Would that be a three-match ban?
Red. He took back the yellow and gave him a straight red.
So that'd be a three-match ban for him then.
Yeah. He lost run of himself. He got too heated. He couldn't take the fact that they were losing. I don't blame him. He's a natural winner. You can see losing pisses him off. I think we should go and sign him personally. I feel sorry for him in that regard, playing for someone like West Ham with his ability. But look, at the end of the day,
that's a justified red. It's a clear red. It's a clear red.
He wanted to tap out.
Udogie being taken out here for Archie Gray. Makes sense.
You Spurs, Jack? Would you consider putting select? Actually, it's getting to that time.
I think you cut off a bit there, but it sounds like you're talking about match poll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kulusevski's the clear man of the match. I'd probably give it to Solanke and Sonny as well. Both had good performances. Maybe Sonny probably a close second. Just a second, though. Timo Werner, good opportunity, and somehow he messes it up. Oh, my God. And he gets skin passed as well. Come on. Dude, the guy can't do anything. Defensively, ooh.
I'm not sure you can. Maybe Van de Ven is the only one I would consider even putting in there. I think Romero, to a degree, actually has been okay. I think Van de Ven's been our best defensively. Maybe for Carriot for a couple of good saves. I don't know.
Hard to say, really, in terms of the defense.
Is that another late challenge?
It did look like one.
Referee. Guys, we've got three in there. We've got Kulusevski, Son, and Solanke. I'm going to give you the fourth option. The name that I see the most outside of them three names is the one I'm going to add into it. Maybe Papa Matasar, good substitution off the bench, maybe, guys? Let me know.
Now let's get Brennan Johnson as goals, says Shawnee Maddox. Yeah, still time for Brennan.
Yeah. I wonder if we get a penalty when they let him take it. Out to Porro. He's begging for it. There we go, Bentancur. Good ball. Stroking around nicely there now. Romulus.
He wants to find that perfect pass. Bentancur into Sarr with a little bit of space.
Onto Werner. Werner looks to square up his man. Plays it backwards. Bentancur.
Romero.
Go on.
Oh, he tried to thread it into Timo or Richarlison there. Fazzy Radfar, good to see you, Faz. Saying Solanke worth every penny. Man of the match for me. Come on, you Spurs. Listen, with Solanke, he's playing so well that he doesn't necessarily even need to score a goal because he links everything together. He brings others into play. He's bringing that hold-up play that we've been needing for a long time now. I think Solanke's just been putting in such good performances, one after another. He works so hard off of the ball. He's probably actually our hardest worker off of the ball defensively. He's just doing everything, really. And you can see why, again, Ange has brought him in, because even if he doesn't score a goal, he does so many other things for the team that really do help us out and really make sense tactically and just in general. He's just been immense. He's been great for us. And I wouldn't go as far as to say man of the match, because I think he probably needs to score in order to get that. I think I'd give it to Kulusevski because it was just an incredible goal, a really clutch goal as well when he got it. And then also with Kulusevski, I just think he really did bring everything together. Kind of, oh my God, Timo Werner again.
God. He is as useful as tits on a fucking nun. Oh my God. He is useless. Even Alan Sugar's laughing at him.
But Faz, I think Solanke, I put him, I think after thinking of Kulusevski as the man of the match, I think Solanke was the second name that I mentioned there because I think he's very high up there. I think him and Sonny both had very good games.
Oh, no, big up Faz. Slanky, he does everything you want a forward to do. He does the whole lot, you know. Just a shame we couldn't get him a goal to, thank him for his day's work, to be honest.
Yeah, he just doesn't really get all the service that you would wish,
He
but
was close today.
he's the service provider. I said that to Dave in recent games. He's become the service provider,
Mm.
not
And like
really the
he's feeding
service
off
being
scraps.
provided for him.
You know, he's feeding off scraps. He was there hunting around for a loose ball today. It just didn't fall his way today. There's Karen Brady.
Brett Loft saying, Jack, did I not ask you earlier who the moron with the whistle was today? I did think he handled that quite terribly, the referee. Just to give Van de Ven a yellow card just made no sense to me. Not like it really matters that much, but it's not really one to pick up yellow cards on a regular basis to have to worry about a suspension or anything. But that's kind of what popped into my mind is, if we eventually have a suspension, you think about yellow cards like that just don't make sense.
Yeah.
Adrian Brown, good to see you. Justice served. Exactly right, Adrian. Exactly right.
No, I'm glad VAR got involved there. You can't set that as a standard. You can't miss that. You have to get that right. Good call.
Richarlison!
Oh, fuck you, Areola.
Romero, what a clearance. 7 minutes added on here.
Oh. We're just dragging out their day for as long as we can. Fair play, whoever got 7 minutes there. That was brilliant call. Oh, what a win today it's been. What a great start to the weekend. Now I can sit back and enjoy football this weekend.
It's brilliant to see Spurs pick up the momentum again, though, from a win like this. I think a lot of momentum can be earned from a win like this.
And it's been an exhilarating performance. Exhilarating. We've got it all today. We've got goals. We've got sexy football. We got tenacity. We got passion. We got fighting. You know, what more do you want from a London derby? We've really turned up today. We've really cooked them. Really. West Ham are in a spliff right now. Oh, go on. Oh. It's Farner standing there for. Go on, nick the ball. Go on, Johnson. Oh, nearly falls to Richie.
Pedro, well done, Pedro.
Ah, great acting. Well done. I think there's a new Spielberg movie, coming out. You can get a job on. Well done, Poro. Come on, let's get the cherry on top. Who wants the fifth? Ray. Bentincore. Tottenham just sipping it around. 10 men West Ham. Sitting back there. Trying to consolidate a 4-1 loss. Absolute bravery from them. In fairness, though, we got to commend West Ham, Jack. They turned up. At least they gave us a team to beat. Fair play. He's been brilliant when he's come on today, Papa Matasar. He's been
what an impact.
Brilliant.
What an impact sub.
Talking about players that want to push for that starting 11, that's been brilliant from him today. Do you know what? Big call by Postecoglou, and it's one he got absolutely spot on. And people are very quick to ridicule him when he doesn't make the subs. I want to see people praise him on that substitution today because it's not one any one of us would have made, and he got it spot on.
Very true. Darius getting it started. West Ham get battered everywhere they go. West Ham get battered everywhere they go. Everywhere they go. 1, 2,
3, 4. I'm loving big Ange instead. I threw it all. Come on. Well done, Richie.
Down the line to Kulu. Can you find Johnson? Can he find Richie? Yes, he does. Good touch, Rich.
Oh, great.
Foul, referee.
We'll have that.
Thank you, ref.
Solar system let them down there. Come on, chance to go for the 5th here. Icing on the cake, cherry on top, chef's kiss, whatever way you want to say it. Let's get it. Faz Radfire says, proud my 100% win record in competitive matches.
Very good to
Love that, Faz.
Good to have our competitive, or sorry, good to have our luck charm, our good luck charm in there. Fazzy Radfire, really appreciate you, man. And completely agree with what you said earlier. I do think Solanke is showing to be worth every penny. And good to have you at these games, man. Pedro Porro Johnson!
Oh,
that might have been the chance. 2 headers for him today. That his 2 best chances have come in the air.
And Dark Sung G says, come on, you Spurs. It's great to see West Ham fans leave early, laughing my ass off. It's absolutely brilliant to see them leave early, my man. Love it. Oh, here we go. Werner. Go on, Johnson. Oh, lucky.
Referee there it is, full time. Come on, boys. Great win. 4-1 win. Very convincing as well in that second half. Left a little bit, of sort of things in the balance after the first half. Bit sort of split between West Ham and Spurs. But we went on to absolutely smash them, went on to absolutely hammer them. We've hammered the irons today, everybody. We put the irons, or put the nails in the coffin for Lopetegui and for this West Ham team. David Moyes' new coach, or the David Moyes light, the Spanish David Moyes, has been absolutely battered. West Ham get battered everywhere they go. The bubbles are being popped. Everything that you might need, everything you need to get this weekend started off right. Big up, everybody. Thanks so much for the support today. Let's talk about how this all went well and how this went great. But I think this is just a great win for us Spurs fans. After the Brighton game, I think we all felt a little bit hurt, a little bit hard done by because we had played well. But now Spurs are showing that they can pick up from the momentum and show that they are the real deal and that they are a force to be reckoned with. And this is a very good win, a very convincing one for the most part as well. Just hope to see Spurs just pick up more and more momentum, pick up more wins, and this should be a fine season.
Oh, it's an absolute monumental win. 4-1 London derby. They turned up in their cup final thinking they were going to spoil the day, put more pressure on Tottenham and Ange Postecoglou, and we've absolutely bust them. I mean, look, you got to hold L's sometimes in life, and they're going to have to hold that one today. To see their fans leave early was absolutely brilliant, and to see us bounce back from that Brighton result with such a manner of victory is absolutely brilliant to see. But Jack, when Tottenham hit you that hard to make West Ham go, oh Lord, that's just how it happens. Can't touch this, can't touch this. Hammer time. That's how we do it, Jack. It's hammer time today, baby, and I'm absolutely loving the result, loving the victory. That's what it's about, Jacko.
Bring the hammer today, everybody. Das Hammer. We absolutely gave them Das Hammer Spurs today. Absolutely great performance. Popping the bubbles. That's just right, DJ Samuel. We're popping the bubbles of West Ham. Get the champagne out. Start pouring yourself some mimosas. Start getting the coffee ready, everybody. Get this weekend started right. A great performance from Spurs. Just also good to see West Ham really humiliated in a game like this because last season, we ended up not getting the results that we wanted against this side. And we had played really well against them last year at our home place or at our stadium. We just didn't get the win that we deserved. And this time around, we certainly have done. And it's just been a good response to the Brighton fixture, to the Brighton result. It's just been a very needed win and a very needed manner as well. And just well done to Spurs, well done to Ange, well done to these players getting over the line like this and picking up where they left off with some great form before that international break. But let's get to some of the chat here. Ugly Fish saying na 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 hey goodbye, and a great win for Spurs as well. Ugly Fish, you're about to say something though, Dave?
Yeah, I just wanted to just come in quickly and say, apart from my clowning around on West Ham because I hate them and we got the 3 points and it's well deserved and it's, turned into a very good weekend this weekend so far. But, the pressure was on Tottenham. The pressure was on Ange Postecoglou coming back off the international break. And to turn up in this manner, go 1-0 down and still find it from somewhere to claw it back, They're learning very slowly on the job, but it was important to come back, get that win, and start off this run of games with a positive mood. And to go and do it 4-1 the way we did, make the fans leave early. Kudos actually wanted to be a fan. He left early with them. He's probably on the same train as them going home. It's absolutely embarrassing. Fair play to Tottenham Hotspur, and there's been a lot made about Ange Postecoglou. He got criticised and pulled apart after the Brighton game for not making substitutions earlier, not recognising things. And at half-time, people were also questioning the substitution, but he got it absolutely spot on today. What he done is he brought on Papa Sarr. He told him, you help Edozie take Bowen out the game. Basuma, you go over and help Porro take Kudos out the game, which then meant we took West Ham out the game, and it was all about Tottenham going forward. And the game plan absolutely worked from Postecoglou. There's been a lot of Postecoglou. Well, they've got the real imposter in their dugout. He's the Spanish David Moyes. A fair play to Ange. He deserves a lot of credit today, and to them players as well for stepping up when there was a lot of scrutiny around them.
Yeah, no, it is. It's
easily buckled when they went one down.
And also just could have easily buckled after slipping up against that Brighton team in that second half. And Spurs, like I said, they've regained that momentum. They picked it up from where they left off and felt like we were going into the international break with a lot of good form and some really good performances. We just made it really kind of difficult on ourselves in that Brighton game where you start again to sort of question things, but it was up to the players to restore that confidence, restore that faith that we had in this team. And I think it's quickly back in us. And we starting to piece things together, starting to look like a real outfit and putting together some really good performances. And now we're getting the results with it as well. It's just very good to see. And it's been a great performance for the most part as well. Let's get to some of the chat here, though. Nomad saying a great win, but not getting carried away. Still not convinced. Well, you don't have to be totally convinced by it, but these are the wins that at least, make your weekend. Nomad. Lesser known saying outrageous. There were at least 2 red cards in that match. We deserve justice. I think we got some justice in that we got the win that we deserved, that the win that we deserved last year as well. Lesser known, but also good to see you in the house. King Hoddle's in here saying, all hail Kulu, the magnificent Swedish Swiss Army knight. He was brilliant today, and I think there should be a lot of praise for Kulusevski. And Dark Sun G from earlier, it is great to see the West Ham fans leaving early. They were getting home very early by the looks of things. Yeah. They were giving up quite early in this game. Danny Coy's, big up Dan, saying big up Dave and Jack, second half and 3 points. Come on, you Harris Armies. A great second half. And I think Dave and I found it difficult to analyze the first half because we felt like it was sort of split between West Ham and Spurs. It was hard to really pick a winner. It was hard to really choose who was the better team in that first half. And it was kind of just up to Spurs to be the better team in the second half. And they absolutely were.
No, they did. They went out and seized the day, Jack. Carte diem is what I said at halftime. Go out and take the rewards that you deserve out of these games. You do all the hard work, and you often shoot yourself in the foot. There comes a time where you have to stop doing that and start manning up, and start taking what you deserve. And we went and done that today. Look, we could have easily crumbled at halftime. We could have easily crumbled when we went 1-0 down and went hiding. We didn't. We stood up. We went out there in the second half. Ange made the change, and it worked. Papa Sarr came on and it worked. We absolutely ripped West Ham to shreds, and they deserve a lot of credit for that second half performance. We were very quick, and rightly so, to get on their back for that shambles of a second half against Brighton. Well, today they answered that question. They went out there, put on the second half, and they got their rewards. So fair play.
Yeah, a huge one. But big up to Dan Coys. Thanks for always making the time for us. Thanks for always supporting us. And especially when you go to the games, you still find time to support the channel. And we really appreciate that about you, Dan. So hopefully you go off and enjoy the rest of your weekend with a great win like that, my friend. Dark Sun G saying, Son the Hammer Killer. Kudus went from hero to villain. I think Sonny, it's just good to have him back, Dark Sun G. I think we've been missing him ever since Timo Werner had to take some minutes in the Spurs team. I think we just quickly realized what we've been missing with what we had with Sonny, just someone who can create, can play those passes that Timo Werner simply wasn't. He can put away the chances as well. He's just somebody that I think still hasn't lost much of a step, really. And yes, maybe times you do wonder if he has the same energy levels that he might have done when he was a lot younger, but the quality is still there. Like, that's what I think people forget, is that there's still a very quality, technically gifted and intelligent player in the case of Sonny. And I think he showed that in the goals that he created today, as well as the goal that he eventually finished, where he scored 1-on-1 against Todibo. Just showed how devastating he is in situations like that. And some of the passes he was making, some of the outside the foot through balls, he was just, still such a quality player in there. He was a goal scorer and he was a creator for me today.
And look, that's what we were missing against Brighton. If we had him against Brighton, we would have won that. That would have been 3 points in the bag. He came in today. He was just clinical. He was clinical in everything he'd done, getting on the ball, like some of the outside of the foot passes that led up to some of the goals. I mean, no one else in the team can do that. That's absolutely unbelievable from him, to play these balls round the corner. It was him that played the one to Adoji who pulled it back for Basuma. He played another one there as well today. For me, I'm going to give him both goals. I think, and that's the big difference. He's so clinical. You give him half a yard, he's going to put it in the back of the net. And look, I don't buy this stuff that Sun's over the hill and we should look about cashing in. For me, it's simple. If you want to keep him fresh in possession, you don't ask him to do as much out possession. You get someone else to carry his workload. It's that simple. But today, he showed exactly what we've been missing. Is that someone clinical. As soon as the chances open up, he's going to be there to punish you. Fair play to him. Absolutely brilliant comeback from Son. Because there was a lot of questions about him. Is he finished? Is he over the hill? Is he tired? And that, before his injury. He's come back from the injury and he's done it in devastating fashion for us today. And in terms of kudos, I mean, look, I thought I was playing that video game Street Fighter at one point. It was absolutely, I couldn't believe what was going on there. And the fact that he got a yellow originally from the referee, which I don't blame him. The SAR one happened behind his back, but VAR done its job today, stepped in, said you need to go and look at this, seen it a second time, off you go. He lost his composure. But that's what Tottenham do to you. Bruno Fernandes wanted to tap out when we were steamrolling Man United. Kudos done it again today. When we play in this devastating manner, when everyone's at it, especially when you take the chances that come your way, players look for an easy get out. And that's what's happened a couple of times this season.
Yeah, no, it was a great performance from Sonny, and in the case of Kudus, he just looked petulant. He looked like he just didn't want to be there anymore, Dark Sun G. So he just showed himself off, and he got himself sent off.
Yeah.
But also as well, I just wanted to say, I think there was a good comment there. Limpy Down Under saying Spurs have the most goals in the Premier League at the moment. That is a huge one to think about. That's really great to see Spurs, at the top of the goal scoring charts. That was from Limpy Down Under there, just with a comment saying that in the chat. And then Fat Tony saying Kudus could even get more games added to his ban. It could have been 3 reds in one sequence. Well, there you go, Dark Sun G. Fat Tony saying that it actually could be even more games banned. And he's their best player, too. So for him to get himself sent off like that, and it could be a 3-match ban for him, definitely not good. Definitely not good for West Ham because he's by far their best player. And Jerome, big up to Jerome, saying, I swear I did question Madison's substitution at first, but then I remembered I am not the manager. Believe in his decision. And we destroyed Wet Spam. Jerome, get the spam out. Get the spiral ham. Start slapping them around. Start throwing those cans of spam around the house. But yes, I think a lot of us were scratching our heads with that decision to take off Madison because Madison played pretty well, I thought, in that first half. He wasn't as good as Kulusevski, but he wasn't hurting us in any way. And I thought he was pretty creative going forward. But Ange must have saw something. He saw that maybe he wanted to have a bit more security at the back, knowing that Sarr can be more of a defensive presence than James Madison. Maybe he saw that someone like Basuma needed help and needed someone to be there and see the game out with him. And Dave, that's what it could have been, that Ange Postecoglou just saw some danger signs that either West Ham could have caused us or he just wanted to have a bit more balance in the team.
No, 100%. I think that's why he made the substitution. And look, I said it at half time, we need to stop the flow of Kudos and Bowen. They were the two that were causing us problems. They were West Ham's only outballs. And that's what I said. I think the thinking behind bringing Papamata Sarr on was to get Basuma down to help one fullback and Sarr over the other side to help the other fullback. It stemmed the flow. And then we went at them and we took the ball off them, went and scored, because as soon as the ball went out wide, they were pushing men forward. We rotated the ball. We caught them out, leaving a lot of space there for us to play into. And I think it was an absolute brilliant substitution from Ange Postecoglou. And, people, say, oh, he's on all-out attacking manager, but he made a defensive substitution today, which actually helped us go on and be even more attacking in the game, weirdly, because it gave us that sort of stable platform to operate off. And he deserves a lot of credit, a lot of credit by Ange Postecoglou today on that one. Very, very wise substitution. Like I said, I don't think anyone would have the balls to make it. And also, James Madison, the camera shined to him, and he looked really pissed off. He looked really red in his face. He looked absolutely fuming. But he can't go and knock on the manager's door tomorrow and complain, because we ended up going on to win the game 4-1. So hopefully that serves as motivation to Madison going forward. And I can understand the substitution though, Jack. We spoke about in the pre-match build-up, and I spoke about it with you as well in the members preview, that James Madison went hiding in the second half. He didn't muck in defensively when it required, and I think Ange Postecoglou noted that. and said, right,
Mm.
I've got to get Sarr in here. I've got to get them legs. I've got to start turning the ball over and start turning the tide of this game going the other way. And he done that, and fair play to him. He deserves a lot of credit today.
J Mac saying Decky said that the substitution was to have more balance in the midfield
Yeah.
as we were too offensive. And I think Rudy Toot saying finally some in-game management, very good in-game management from the likes of Ange Postecoglou, and also K32 saying great to have Richie back now as well. Good to have that guy back indeed. And then Kulusevski, just in general, had such a great performance. But let's go on. We do have Dark Sunji. Really good to see you in the house, though, Jerome. Thank you so much for the support, as always, my friend, our man down under. And would love to have you on a fan show or just a show in general if you ever have the time for it, Jerome. Continue to offer that out to you because we do miss you over here. Dark Sunji saying we got our revenge from that defeat last season. And Dave, last season, it was a really frustrating one because Spurs had played so well, but we just couldn't finish our dinner. There's so many chances that we wasted, and then we got punished for it. And this game, very different. Felt like Spurs hung on in that first half, and then they just, showed their muscle, and they showed that they were the better team in that second half, and we went on and cruised to victory.
Much different from last year, Jack. Last year, I think Romero scored early for Tottenham, and we dominated the first half, but we never really pressed on with that, in terms of in possession, breaking West Ham down and going and scoring goals. We never went for their throat, and they stayed in it, and they caught us in the second half and won the game 2-1. This time they went 1-0 up, but we answered back very, very quickly before half time, and I think that goal from Kulusevski was absolutely crucial because the team talk and everything else is a little bit different at half time once the game's in the balance than what it would have been when you're 1-0 down. And I think the players' mentality and belief is different as well. So I think Kulusevski's goal was absolutely crucial. But in the second half, we didn't allow to happen what happened last season to us, and that's a good sign of improvement. Long may it continue. Look, all we want for Tottenham Hotspur now is, and I think where we're at now, I think the way we play dominates teams. I think when we come out of games, we're not sitting there moaning on we were outclassed, we're outplayed, we're outfought. We're sitting there going, God damn it, we shot ourselves in the foot again. Now, where we're at now, we've just got to eradicate some of them stupid errors. You start eradicating them, you start winning more games. You start winning more games, your mentality becomes a lot better. Your confidence, it almost becomes unshaky. And then that's ultimately what breeds success. So that's the next step. What we have to take now is just start eliminating these stupid mistakes and start going on and winning these games. Because we did make it hard on ourselves today to a degree by going one down, but we show a good mentality to fight back.
Yeah, I think that's very well put, and I really appreciate the support. Dark Sun G, Georgie Hill saying Kudus can hold that. The prick, come on, you Spurs, come on, you
Yes.
Harris Army, come on, you Flat Cap Army. Big up, Georgie Hill.
George.
Would love to see you give your post-match thoughts with us. Send in those post-match fan cams, my friend. Would be happy to upload those to the channel. But yes, George, I think Kudus, he did a bit of a Bruno Fernandes. I think Dave is right that he just kind of didn't want to play anymore. He just felt like he was getting dominated too much in that game, and he didn't like seeing his team as well as himself just being embarrassed like that in the game. And so he just got a little petulant, got a little nasty, and he got the punishment for it. And he now, will be out for 3 whole games, and that could be huge for West Ham because felt like Lopetegui is already under a bit of pressure going into this one, and now after missing his best player for next few games, not a good sign, not a good sign. West Ham could be in further and further trouble. Big up Georgie Hill. Dark Sun G saying normally we struggle playing 12:30 p.m. games, but today we broke that curse. Kulu is really thriving right now in midfield. We have dodged a bullet with Todibo. People said we did poor transfers. Then West Ham, Bowen went MIA. LOL. I think Bowen and Kudus are wonderful players, Dark Sun G. I actually would still love to have them in our team. I think they're very good players, but Spurs did very well in the second half to neutralize, I think, Jared Bowen. And for the most part, we neutralized Kudus to the best of our ability. When it comes to Todibo, I mean, he got absolutely rinsed by Sonny. I mean, how many step overs was Sonny pulling off there? 1, 2,
Did he get
3,
the own
4.
goal?
It was like Ronaldo, Dave. 1, 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
step overs, move it on to the left foot, smash it between the goalkeeper's legs.
You know what
Todibo
gets
got
me about that?
absolutely rinsed.
The speed son does the step overs. Before you know it, you're trying to think, was that 8 or 10 step overs? Because he does it that quick. It's unbelievable.
And Tadibo as well, ended up getting an own goal, if I'm not mistaken, too. It's just great. He can hold that, Dark Sun G. And you're right. We have struggled in the past in these 12:30 p.m. kickoffs. We have seen that Spurs just don't come out the gates very strong. Also, maybe just post international break where some of the players are feeling a little leggy. They're feeling a little tired. They're having those kind of, the jet lag of coming back from their respective national teams. They can end up, coming out the gates a little slow, a little too methodical, too lethargic. And for the most part, I don't think we saw that in this game. I think it looked like a pretty cohesive performance from us. And I think it's just a good sign that Spurs can pick up from the momentum that they pretty much had in before international break. Dark Sunji, really, really good and breaking that curse indeed. And he also says it's nice to have Richie and Dominic to sub for each other. I actually had a real moment there, Dave, just seeing two very similar strikers coming on for each other. Guys who know how to press, guys who know how to work hard off of the ball, drop deep, bring others into play. It was just really nice to have Richarlison and Solanke to pick from. Two very similar strikers for me.
Yeah. No, it's nice to have that options, Jack. In years gone by, we haven't been able to make changes like that because we haven't had like for like. In order to build an ideal squad, you sort of do want like for like. You want to take off a left winger for a left winger. You want to take off a left back for a left back. That's ideally a very healthy squad and where we want to get our squad to. But especially with Harry Kane in years gone by, we've never really had anyone that you could take him off for that would come on and impact the game. Now you've got two players at a similar level, sort of duking it out now, and it can only be good for Tottenham Hotspur. And they both have similar attributes where they can hold up the ball, play each other in, they're selfish out of possession, do a lot of hard work. And look, it just means that we can keep our players fresh for the long haul this season because we're playing 4 competitions. If you want to go deep in one, you're talking about a 50, 60 game season. So, we need as many players all hands to the pump as we can. So it's absolutely good to see our squad getting into a lot healthier of our position because it's been our Achilles heels for years now. So that's also good. But also Dark Sun G with in terms of Kulu thriving through the middle. I mean, look, I never
Been a
doubted my
revelation.
boy. I've never doubted my boy, right? Never wavered. I've always said, even through the tough times, and everyone was saying he can't cross, he's crap, he's a one-trick pony. So look, you just don't see it. You don't see the tight ball control, how strong he is, how well he uses his body. He's got all the components. It's going to come together. And when it does, he's going to be absolutely devastating. I don't know whether to call him Kulizeski Dino or Kula Dembele, to be honest with you. He's absolutely phenomenal. What a performance today. He's the one that really drag us through that first half. He was the bright spark in terms of turning over ball in the middle, but also going forward. And maybe Madison can learn that side from him, that defensive side from
Yeah.
Kulusevski. That's why Madison got hauled today instead of Kulu, because he doesn't offer you that side. When you look at Kulu, the guy's 22. He's got what? I think Madison is 5, 6 years older than him, and
Yeah.
Kulu can already do both sides of the game. The guy's future is so bright, and it's scary how good this guy can become, especially when you see moments like today, cutting inside, taking that opportunity, taking that shot. Some of the balls, the willing runner, the guy's got it absolutely all, and he's striving through the middle. And I don't want to say I told you so, but I told everybody about Kulizeski. He's absolutely brilliant, and long may it continue. He's thriving right now. He's been Tottenham's best player from pre-season all the way through to now. And if there's any player sitting there going, why am I in the starting 11? Well, all you got to do is look at Kulizeski. He was at it from game 1 in pre-season. And I've always said this about pre-season. That's the importance behind it. I don't buy, he's taking his time getting up into it. Bollocks. Some of it's about fitness, but the other is about recognizing there's an opportunity for you to get yourself in the lineup. And then
Yeah.
take it from there. And then when you're in the lineup, take that opportunity. Kulizeski is prime example to anybody. Last summer, people didn't know whether he was a striker, a centre midfielder, or a winger. And now look at him. He's Tottenham Hotspur's best player this season. So to any player out there that finds himself in that position, I don't know what I am. I don't know where I'm going to get into this team. Just do what Kulu does. Simple.
Absolutely right. Outer Esfachare or Tadaris Do saying, got to give credit to Ange for taking matters off. It changed the game. Swim Master saying, nice win, helps erase the Brighton memories as long as we learn from games like
Yeah.
Brighton and improve this next game. This next game result is what we want. Absolutely right. King Hoddle saying, bring on Thursday, baby. I love that, King Hoddle.
Oh, yes.
Absolute Boar
Ezzy
saying,
Alkmaar.
We all needed that good medicine, says Absolute Boy. We definitely did need medicine like that. But big up earlier to Adrian Brown. I think I might have skipped this from earlier, so I apologize, Adrian.
There's one from Lazy 8 as well.
Yeah, and one from Lazy 8 that I missed, so I apologize to you both. Adrian Brown has gifted a membership to Tyler. Big T, welcome back, sir.
Come on, T.
Good to see you with us. But thank you so much to Adrian for showing the generosity and also spreading the love of the memberships as well as this community. Do take a look, everybody, if you want to pick up a membership. We just posted, I think, the new kind of benefits that you get with a membership. We detailed them all for you guys if you click the link for it. And also, if you want, after the game, if you are a fan show member like Tyler is now, you can send in your post-match thoughts. Send them into the email, send them into the phone, however you guys can get them over to us, and we'll upload them to the channel. So that's a call out to all the fan shows as well as Elite Show members. Take advantage. Send in your post-match thoughts to us, please. But big up to Adrian Brown, and really appreciate your support. Would love to see you on the fan show this next week. Lazy 801 saying, when I was a teen, my mom used to complain to me about not keeping on my clean sheets. Didn't care back then either. No clean sheets for you ever, Lazy 8. No clean sheets for you ever, Nico. I think it was a great, who was it? Lee the Dorset Spur, Nick. I'm not sure if you caught this, but he had an incredible line the other day about clean sheets, saying, you know, Spurs are like an old folks home where there just never are clean sheets over there. And I just think that was absolutely brilliant. That was a new one to add to the list of sayings, if you will. But yes, I think Spurs are just not that type of team. We're a team that likes to leave things interesting, likes to make things interesting. And yes, you could say that Spurs are probably not going to grab too many clean sheets. But yes, Dave, I mean, what would you say to Nico?
Yeah, look, Nick, I think that, look, ideally I would like some clean sheets to just make games a little bit more easier for us and the Tottenham players in that regard. But look, you can't have it all, can you? You know, sometimes you just got to accept, you know, so sometimes these things happen. But, you know, I think with Postecoglou, I think, and he's always said this, it's about outscoring the teams. You know, you got to go and score goals, and if you score more than your opponent, and with his style of football, with the amount of chances it gives you an opportunity to put teams dead and bury them nice and early, and we don't take that opportunity a lot of the times. And you know, once you start doing, they'll start losing belief, and I think you start seeing Tottenham keep a lot more clean sheets in the process, with how more clinical we become, because then teams are coming into the game thinking how we're going to stop Tottenham rather than how we're going to get joy against Tottenham. So you know, it changes dynamics, and I think then clean sheets will start to follow, my man. Big up, Nick, though. What a day. It's hammer time, baby.
Hammer time. No laundry this weekend, Nick. Make sure to be doing no laundry. Keep those sheets dirty, my friend. And Dark Sun G's saying Sonny was class while Werner was doing Werner things again. Yeah, I think Timo Weenie just is a very frustrating player. It felt like the moment that he came on, West Ham all of a sudden were getting more chances down on our end. There were so many moments where Werner just needed to have a simple touch, a simple pass, just can't do it. There's that one moment where they played it to him and absolutely ballooned off of his feet. It's just a very confusing and very frustrating player. And it's amazing that at one point that guy scored something like, I think it was like 100 goals in like 200 games or something for Leipzig, you know, was scoring a goal every other game. And, you know, he's just a totally different player now, Dark Sun G. It's sad to see it. But yes, big up to Georgie Hill from earlier, big up to Dark Sun G. And then THFC Till I Die, big up to Dermatron, member for 32 months as an elite member as well. Thank you, Dermot, for your support. Thank you for your service. He's saying West Ham get battered everywhere they go. Come on. Let's effing go. We are the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. We will rise. West Ham fall. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Dermatron Dave, this was a Dermot level scoreline of 4-1.
Yeah. Dermot, he loves these sort of score lines. He usually predicts them. I'm afraid what he's going to predict for Alkmaar, I think we could get into double digits eventually, you know, if we keep playing this sort of brand of football, you know, from Dermot with his predictions. But Dermot, look, not only did we beat West Ham, we took them to the playground, really. We started toying with them, and then we put them through the meat grinder, you know what I mean? We absolutely decimated. We destroyed them. We played them off the park, and once we finished playing them off the park, we started to bully them then, and then started getting them sent off and stuff like that. We absolutely gave them a beating to remember. So now when we rock up at their place later on in the season, the London Stadium, you know, for us, it's actually a rivalry. It will be hostile. It's not going to be like when Chelsea and Arsenal go there, they'll be singing Kumbaya, you know, singing songs with a guitar around the fire together. You know, it's not going to be that sort of atmosphere. But now it's going to put respect on our name. So, look, job done, Dermo. Let's move on. We've got Crystal Palace coming up next week, another London derby. Let's keep the momentum.
And then Keith Edwards saying, now the Ange knockers will say his philosophy is wrong, or now the Ange knockers say his philosophy is wrong. I think Ange Postecoglou just gets wins like this on the board, and it will keep a lot of people silent, whether they're critics or whether they're doubters or whatever you want to call it. It's just about getting wins and getting convincing results like this, and you will leave people shut up and you will leave them silent. And I think Ange has done that. In that Brighton game, I didn't really want to lose my head that much after a game like that. I was very disappointed and I was very frustrated by the way that that ended out. And I think Ange Postecoglou has to take some blame for it. But at the end of the day, like, we did play really well in that first half, and we did look like we had the bones of what could have been a really good performance and a really good result. We just didn't see it through. And I think he can learn from that. The players learn from that and pick ourselves up and just continue on. And I think they've done that here today. So credit to Ange. And I
Yeah.
love that change that he made at halftime, showing that in-game management that some people have questioned in the past. And I think Ange Postecoglou, Dave, he just needs to get results like this, and you leave the haters silenced.
Um, Look, I'm not going to go in on Ange doubters or that, because at the end of the day, I think where where the trepidation comes in, or the not wanting to put your full trust behind a manager, more comes from the pain of what Tottenham's given them rather than actually Postecoglou. That's just my feeling on it. And look, I know Postecoglou gets a lot of criticism, but at the end of the day, when results aren't going your way, and we were in a bad run the way we are, them conversations just naturally happen. It's only natural that them conversations come about, and it's only natural that certain parts get questioned. But I also think there has to be an understanding. We've been so used to defensive football for 3 to 4 managers, before Postecoglou, that when Postecoglou came in, everything he was doing was absolutely alien to everybody. It's not what we were used to seeing, and stuff like that. It's not what previous managers were asking for. So Postecoglou was always going to fight an uphill battle in that regard. And some people say it's too gung-ho and stuff like that. But for me, I've always said, if you have the right players in this system, you're going to wipe teams. You're going to absolutely wipe teams. I think he's a very good manager. I think he's a very shrewd manager. People say he's Postecoglou, but this is a guy from Australia that's walked into the Premier League and has brought a brand of football that a lot of teams have problems with. He's a really good manager. He's a really shrewd manager and plays a really good brand of football that keeps teams pinned back. So he can't be that bad. And I think the more we win games, the more the team gels and learns as well, because he's also come in here. He's lost his best striker in Harry Kane. He's had to reinvigorate that front line as get them to believe in a whole new brand of football, which is forward thinking rather than defensive thinking. Plus, big up Drew. Plus, mix a lot of new players in together, and you're going to have teething problems. And I think Ange Postecoglou takes a lot of the brunt. But one thing I like about the guy, he always takes responsibility. He doesn't pass the buck on to anybody else. He takes responsibility. But naturally, the more we win, the more belief he's going to buy in. And I would like to see us finally get behind the manager going forward. But look, if people want to doubt the guy, that's their opinion at the end of the day. But me, I'm 100% the
Oh,
guys. I do have to bounce. It is my sister's birthday. I have 3 sisters, so I have another one coming up in December, actually. But it's my sister's Neve's birthday today. So everybody wish her a happy birthday in the chat. And it's a bit bittersweet, because I love my sister and it's nice to spend time with her. We get on, we have jokes and that. But I also love reveling when we beat our rivals. So, it's bittersweet, but I do have to bow out. We're going to bring Drew Zilla in from the pre-match bump-ups, so don't go anywhere. He's an absolutely worthy replacement. He's going to come on.
I don't know about that. Hold it. Hold it.
oh, I have myself on mute there. Sorry, I actually transitioned you out a bit early there. But Drew, we have you live in front of the house. We have you live in front of the Harris Army. The people are here, and it's good to have you with us. Thank you so much for filling in for Dave. It's a great win, wasn't it? And maybe just pick up from Keith Edwards' comments there. He's saying that the Ange knockers will say his philosophy is wrong. A great day for Ange Postecoglou, isn't it? He's putting the doubters to rest.
I think he has just a little bit. I mean, there's that that thing going around about how he doesn't know how to change tactics and he's very one-dimensional. And I think today was, him showing those people that he does have the ability to spot something when it's going wrong. He does have the ability to change, the dynamic of the team on the fly if he needs to. And I think we've also seen that Bizuma works better in a 2 than he does in a 1, like in a double pivot. I think he feels less like, I don't know whether he's just playing with a little bit more freedom, knowing that Sarr can get back into the space. But yeah, no, I think a good win all round. I wish Maddison had been a little bit more professional when he came off, but it is what it is. But yeah, no, good win today. Great win.
Absolutely brilliant win. And I think we'll touch on maybe some of those things like with Maddison and like with Sarr and some of the other comments here. DJ Samuel saying, Vindaloo, we score one more than you, Tottenham. Just the type of win that Ange Postecoglou can get, right? And I think that's another maybe benefit of Ange, Drew, as a manager like him, you do get to enjoy a lot of 4-1s and 5-1s and big score lines like this that do just sort of make the weekend and leave you just grinning from ear to ear. The fact that we can score 4 or 5 past almost anybody.
Yeah, I mean, but then, there is also, you do kind of run the risk of that little bit of kamikazeness where you can be, we all said it well, not all of us, but when there were people sitting there watching the Conte ball and watching Mourinho and wanting to be a bit more cavalier and wanting to be a bit more aggressive, we did turn around at points and say, I'd take a 4-1 loss either way. I just want to feel something for my team again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm certainly prepared for us to be shown up a couple more times. But yeah, for the most part, I think you are going to get a lot of just play, play, play. And you hear him from the sidelines sometimes, or you've seen the clips where he just wants the guys to get the ball down and not let an early goal disrupt what they're trying to do, or, not fold. Just get down, play your football. Like, I think his football is designed to get them up into the final third. And then it's up to them. They should be good enough to be able to put the ball in the back of the net. And as I say, they just need to be a little bit more clinical. And I think they were. I mean, we got a little bit of luck with the Sonny deflection goal today, but overall, I think we just looked a little bit more clinical going forward. And just sorry, big up to some people in the chat. Big up to J Mac. Big up to Adrian Brown. And everyone, remember to smash a like and subscribe.
Thank you, Drew. Mark New saying at 1-0 down, we held our breath, but this team stands up and roars. Come on, Spur. Come on, Harris Army. Love that. People wishing Dave's family as well a happy birthday. And King Hoddle saying Eriksson was transformative under Poch. The creative hub needs to impact consistently. A few little cameos won't cut it. I think Kulusevski is starting to look like more of a Eriksson replacement than even maybe Maddison is at this moment in time. James Coffey saying so happy that Kulu was trusted this season to play in this central role. Kudus will now have lots of time to practice his sitting on the fence pose while sitting on the bench. That's absolutely brilliant, because I kind of like that celebration for Kudus. I think it's like some sort of reference to like a Humpty Dumpty on the wall kind of thing, where he just sort of sits on the fence or sits on the wall there and just sort of leans and hangs out there in kind of a cool manner. But he's going to be doing that on the bench now. That's for sure. James Kulusevski, he's just been a revelation in the midfield. Drew, he's looked like our best player this season.
I think he has, and I think I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously moving him to the inside has helped quite a lot, pretty significantly. I think you find, I think he was one-dimensional, I guess, because of the position that he'd been put in, right? Because he has the ability to go one way or the other. And I think if you lessen the width of the pitch, it's very difficult for him to really blossom and really flow and do what he's very good at. And I've said it before, and some people agreed, some people would kind of laughed at it, but he really does give me, I mean, in a more attacking, slightly more adventurous way, he gives me Moussa Dembele vibes. The way he moves his body and shields the ball, and the way he lets it run past him, and just has the power just to be able to hold people off. there's little bits in there that make me think of that. But I think, yeah, as far as going forward, he's a lot more progressive probably than Musa was. But yeah, just a great player, and I think it's one of those things you can throw mud in people's faces and say, "Oh, I told you so," blah 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 blah. But it's not. It's just about him now being that consistent, right? And it's about he now knows, and we all know the sort of level that he's capable of playing at. And now, what separates good players from great players is then being able to do that on a consistent basis, right? So if he can play like that for 30 games out of 38 or 35 out of 38, then awesome. But yeah, it can't just be like a little purple patch and then he goes back to being a bit insignificant again.
Yeah, and also in Kulusevski's case, I did feel like he sometimes will have a really good performance, but then he'll also be a bit guilty of that thing that we put on a lot of the players' doorsteps of being a tad bit wasteful, not taking some of their chances, not taking their opportunities in the final third. And I think Kulusevski has been guilty of that in the past. And the goal that he scored today was really clutch, and he really stood up and to be counted there. And because Spurs, they were kind of a bit iffy. They were a bit shaky in that first half, and he had a brilliant first half performance. And then he matched it with a really good goal that we kind of needed just for confidence sake and also just for the sake of making sure that we were still in that game. And he did a very good job in stepping up in that moment. And I think he's just looked like by far our best player so far this season playing in that central role. For me, James Coffey's looked absolutely brilliant. And some people also are kind of upset maybe with Madison's response. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, feel free to let us know
Yeah,
in that
a little
case,
bit.
because apparently Madison did not look too happy being brought off there, whereas Kulusevski, rightfully so, has stayed on the pitch in these games. Dark Sun G saying Richie, Gray, Radu, Moore, Lancashire to start in the Conference League. A win like this just gets you very excited to see us back in the Europa League, doesn't it, Drew?
Yeah, man, it's really nice this season, like having more games in general,
Yeah.
and just being able to now. I think obviously with Sonny being back, um, and just being able to get a nice run out today. I mean, it's obvious, as much as we all want to see Mikey Moore, it's obvious that probably Timo is going to get in, especially in a game like this. Like, I don't necessarily know that Mikey Moore needs to be played into. Um, yeah, I don't necessarily know that he needs fitness. He needs Timo needs it more than Mikey Moore does, I think. And I think Mikey Moore's going to be used more in cups and probably. I mean, I'd like to think he'll probably get another start in Europe this week, or at least get another 45 minutes. But yeah, Timo just needs to be played into some kind of rhythm, because I know why we got him. We got him because we didn't want to fork out a lot of money for Eze, and Eze was going to want more minutes than we could guarantee him. And Timo's just a nice little kind of a bit that sort of fits. You would hope to get a little bit more out of him, but I just, for whatever reason, like everything he touches just
Yeah.
seems to turn to mud at the moment. So I kind of feel for the guy. But yeah, overall, I just think having Sonny back there, especially if he can stay fit now with Solanke up there, just doing the things that I think a lot of us thought he was going to do. People that were paying attention to his game and what he does and how well he did it for Bournemouth. I think you're now starting to see the rewards of that and how he helps the rest of the team progress. Um, but yeah, Madison, it's a shame he reacted the way he did, but we needed that extra body down there, and Sarr and Basuma working together in that kind of double pivot-esque kind of formation, I think really, really helped us. And that's why you saw such a difference between the first and the second half.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything you said there. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of these other guys be given minutes in the Europa League this upcoming Thursday. It's just good to be playing so often, like Drew had said earlier, there, Dark Sun G. And that's the benefit of being in the Europa League, is we get to see Tottenham Hotspur playing on a more regular basis, and we get to see some of the other guys be given opportunities here and there. And he also says Kulu is no longer a right wing. He is now a rising star as a center midfielder and as a creative midfielder. I agree with your Musa Dembele comparison. I understand that maybe they played slightly different roles, but it is the manner in which they just glide through the midfield, right? They just don't get bullied off of the ball. In fact, they're practically bullying the opposition players while they're dribbling it through the midfield. They're just shucking players to the side. They take on pressure when very few players would want to receive it in situations that Kulusevski does. He has no problem, playing with his back to goal, with, bringing defenders with him and, grabbing that attention and occupying the attention of the defenders. And he's just been brilliant at being that ball carrying type midfielder for us that Moussa Dembele was. And yes, they did play different positions, but it is just the way that they carry the ball through the midfield is so similar. And he looks like a rising star again playing in the midfield.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I think, even he said it before he came to, or when he first came to Tottenham. I think he said he'd always preferred it. I think he played there early on Juventus, and then when he went out on loan to somebody. I can't remember who now. The name escapes me, but he's always said that he prefers to be in the centre, and I think he's the sort of player that, like I said earlier, you restrict the width of the pitch, he can do stuff for you, and in the right system, it works. I mean, he wasn't bad in that first spell under Conte, but it was in a completely different system, and in this system, he needs to be able to go left and right. And again, having now a front line, having Johnson who understands the role more, having Sonny who's back, having Kulusevski that can see both sides of the pitch. I think that sort of trio just complements each other really, really well. And I think, if hopefully the Maddison thing is, when I say I'm frustrated in the manner in which he was off, it's like it looked a little bit like he was sulking. Now, that could just be me reading it wrong. He's probably just very frustrated that he got yoinked off. Nobody probably in, his class of player or what he would consider to be how good he is. He doesn't want to come off at half time. He knows he's probably not done great. Maybe somebody's, put a boot up him because I guess maybe he didn't track back a run, or he wasn't doing something that, some of us didn't realize that he wasn't quite doing. But I think he's got to be a little bit careful, because with the way Kulu is playing, I could certainly see a scenario whereby if Maddison doesn't get to that sort of level or doesn't track back, I could see, probably possibly even Bentancur, coming in and Bissouma sitting at the base and Bissouma and Bentancur swapping a little bit. Like, Maddison's not untouchable like I think some of us thought he was when he came in, because he was like, I guess arguably one of the first signings under Ange, the famous phone call. Whether you come to us or not, Spurs are going to play a different kind of football, and that's what won me over. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is with him.
Kulu, you could say, is playing so well that he is by far more untouchable and more undroppable than James Maddison. Whereas Maddison, for me, I didn't even think he played that bad actually in the first half. I didn't think he was hurting us in any way, and I thought he was trying things. But like you say there, maybe there was a certain individual moment that Ange Postecoglou just might not have liked, or he might have saw something in the Brighton game that maybe taught him a lesson about keeping Maddison on too long or something like that. And Maddison at the moment is going to be the first one to be dropped instead of Kulusevski. Kulusevski has the work rate to be able to stay on for the whole 90 minutes, and just shown him that type of faith. Dark Sun G saying, I love to say offense is the best defense in football. I mean, Drew, are you a goals man, or are you a clean sheets man?
I quite like a little bit of both. I just like, do you know what I mean? I hate to be on the fence with that. I would rather,
That's the greedy approach.
I would rather have more goals than more, 1-0s. But like, I guess I'd rather see a 4-3 or a 4-2 than a 1-0 constantly. But I do respect and appreciate some good defending, And it's like the old, what's the old saying, or the old adage, games are won on attack, but championships are won defensively. And I do have to kind of agree with that. Like, you can't be letting in 2 or 3 every game and expecting to get away with it.
Sometimes it's the case that you can be more consistent on a defensive manner than it is to be consistent going forward. Sometimes you just have a bad day at the office going forward. You're not bearing the chances, or just the crosses aren't completing, and maybe the runs are just slightly off, and everything just doesn't seem to be going according to plan. But defensively, it's easier to stay consistent and be that reliable type team. And maybe that's also the word that comes with being a good defensive team, is that you're reliable enough to see games out. But in Ange Postecoglou's case, Dark Sun G, he's a guy that just would rather us just blow away a team, grab 4 or 5 goals. And the thing is that if you go for the goals approach, you do end up making sometimes life a bit easier on yourself, where you can go 2-3 up in the first half, and then the game is almost well and over at that stage. You just don't want to let them back into it, but you can rest a bit more. You can feel like, you can relax, at least mentality wise. Whereas if you're a team that, let's say, is a Conte type team, where you do try to win every game 1-0, 2-1, that requires, a lot of concentration in every single game. And that can get really tiring, really wearing. Whereas playing this sort of manner, it's actually a bit simpler. It's just dominate the team, outscore them, make life really hard for them by just overwhelming them with constant attacks and, that constant hunger and desire to score more and more and more. And I think it's just two different ways to seeing the game and two different ways to trying to see out a season, and we'll see how it plays out for us. But I like that you're that type of man, Dark Sun G. And then Sebas Wolf, member for 19 months, Flat Cap member, says, give me a ginger from Sweden. Everybody's now on the Kulusevski train, Drew. It felt like at one point his career at Spurs was maybe a bit divided with the Spurs fans. Some people wanted him gone, and some people kept the faith in him. But nowadays, it feels like everybody's a Kulusevski fan again.
I tell you, I'll be one of the first people to hold my hands up and say, as much as I've been pro Johnson, I did have my reservations about Kulu. I thought it was getting to the point where every time he got the ball, he was running down a channel that ultimately ended up with him trying to take it back on his left foot, and it would ultimately end up just the ball would get recycled, or just, I don't know. It just felt like it was all kind of coming to a slow grinding halt. And I did question it myself. And obviously, I guess I'm in the mud, as the kids say. I don't know. Like, yeah, he's proved me wrong. But again, like I said, I go back to it. It's one of those things. It can't just be, 4 or 5 games. Oh yeah, he's been really great, and then all of a sudden, in the next 3 or 4 games, he shits the bed. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be consistent. And the thing with this team is that there are so many youngsters that are all 22, 23, 24 that, I don't know, like, you're going to have to sprinkle some magic dust on there for there not to be, you could do with, maybe you could handle one being a bit inconsistent over the course of a couple of games, but you don't want 2 or 3 of them all being inconsistent, and then that bleeding into the rest of the team that think, hang on, these kids, these
Yeah.
guys aren't really feeling it at the moment. Because you can kind of naturally see that. You see that in a game where you get a couple of the team that realize that one of the team isn't kind of feeling it, and then all of a sudden, probably Timo Werner, a prime example, you get half the team that will then start going, well, he's not on it, we need to take everything down the right. And then you become really one-dimensional, because the other team realise that they're not going down the left, because they realise that Timo's there and nobody's passing to Timo. So you've got to be, be careful when it comes to that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm just really enjoyed the way we played that second half, and I think Kulu was a big part of that. And yeah, I'm happy to eat humble pie when it's served.
Swedish pie in this case, and
Exactly.
a decky pie. And he even just came out with his own burger. Maybe he can come up with his own humble pie for us all to eat at some stage or
Exactly.
time, and maybe Bernaldo can as well. Any any other thoughts, maybe, Drew, that you might have had on this game that you felt like maybe Dave and I didn't touch on, or something that's maybe a big takeaway for you on this that maybe hasn't been mentioned?
I mean, I think Saar, when he came on, he did really, really well. He helped to nullify Jared Bowen, because up until then, I think Bowen had been causing us a fair bit of trouble. Kudus, I don't know, man, blows hot and cold. On his day, he's great, but I never really, everyone was shouting about we should have got him instead of Johnson, and I think the proof is in the pudding that, he's just he's easily rattled. And I'm not just talking about today's game. I've seen him do a couple of bits of brilliance, but I've also just seen him completely disappear in matches. So I'm not sure. I thought Romero was pretty good today. Van der Ven, there's a couple of little touches, but other than that, I thought they were pretty solid. Udogi needs to concentrate more. I think he still worries me against top teams.
Defensively.
Yeah, defensively against top teams, they'll just take him apart. I think he's. I don't. I think in Italy he was so used to being in a five. I think probably being the wing back and being given license to kind of run. Yeah, defensively he's a little bit of a worry, but I mean overall, I can't. I'm never going to complain when we win 4-1, especially against that lot.
Were you worried at halftime, or did you have the confidence that Spurs were going to see out the game?
No, because I feel like as soon as we got back into it, like I never. It was. I don't want to say it was against the run of play. It was a sloppy goal that shouldn't have been conceded. It was
Mhm.
down to everybody kind of being out of position just a little bit. Everybody
Yeah.
came a little bit too far over. So you have Van der Ven or your Romero compensating for Van der Ven, who moved too far because Adogi got sidetracked. So then Porro then is kind of overcompensating, and it was a sloppy goal to concede. But I didn't ever think there was at no point during that game that I thought, "Oh god, we're being overrun. What's happening here?" Like everybody still looked like they knew what they were doing. We conceded the goal, and it was like, "Okay, well, let's just let's just put the ball on the spot and let's just carry on playing." And I
Mhm.
think that's that's the Postacoglu philosophy, right? It doesn't like just don't worry about the numbers in the corner of the screen. Let's worry about what happens after 90 minutes, and you just keep playing and keep doing your thing, and eventually it will come. And I think this was one of those games where you just keep doing what you're doing and just keep trusting in the system,
Yeah.
and this is what will happen.
Yeah. I found it difficult to kind of really be that critical of the team at halftime. I just sort of felt like it was a cagey game where West Ham maybe had one or two really good chances. They did take one of those really good chances. And then Spurs were creating good moments, but they weren't creating as clear cut of chances as maybe you would like. But it's not like we were playing that poorly either. It just was a kind of after the first half where I just sort of felt like, you know what, just going to keep the faith that they are going to see this
Right,
game out.
right.
And I didn't expect it to end up being that convincing at the end. We completely rolled them over in
Well,
that 10 minutes.
Moise Otegui was playing seven at the back at one point. So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't. As a team, the only thing you can do, I think, is just make sure you're controlling the ball. And if you have to play in a bit of a
Yeah.
U shape for a minute to work out who's the weak link, then just play the U shape. Like, I'm completely fine with that. I know people hate the side to side and da da da, and I get it. Like, if you're watching a midfield of Harry Winks and Oliver Skip do 6-yard passes to each other, I
Mhm.
can completely understand being frustrated by that. But if you're trying to break down a low block, especially at a team that's got a sneaky goal away from home, and they're basically right, okay, you've got to come and open us up. Like, what do people want? I mean, I know there's an argument, run more, make more runs, be a little bit more creative, but you can't just constantly give the
Yeah.
opposition the ball back
Yeah.
because you're going to run out of steam. They're going to start running the ball up the pitch. You're then going to have to be the team that starts chasing and getting it back.
Yeah.
So I'm all about, like, if you have to put 30 or 40 passes together and it ends up going all the way back to the keeper, and then your centre backs play it a couple of times, we all marvel when it's Manchester City. Oh, did you see that goal? It's 57 passes, and then somebody just popped it in the back of the net. And you're like, I wish my team would play like that. And then your team start playing like that, and you get
You
murmurs
get
like,
bored.
"Oh, yeah," like you're just like, "Come on, man! Like, what are you supposed to do?" So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy with the control, like the cautious control, and then just play the right balls when you need to at the right time.
I think that cautious control you're speaking of, though, is also what we do mean sometimes by game management that sometimes we do wish we showed a bit more of, which is when we are winning a game, we don't need to constantly be at their door, knocking every single time. It is
No,
good to take a bit of sting out of the game. And by taking some sting out of the game, might require some sideways passing, and some just sort of control like that, like you're saying. And I
right,
think there's definitely a lot of benefits to that. You can't just be attacking full throttle for 90 minutes. You do need to take moments like that. I would
right.
agree with you there. Some people mentioning, I think, it's Alistair saying, wish Solanke got a goal today. He worked so hard for the team. Any thoughts on maybe Solanke? And then we'll also get to a comment here from Dark Sun G. But Solanke's performance, pretty solid. Anything in
Yeah, I mean,
particular you like?
everything I expected of him. Like, he's an absolute beast. I think say I'm hesitant to say Harry Kane-esque because I think that's a little ridiculous, but like you can see more and more every time he plays the reason that Postecoglou wanted him. He's
Mhm.
doing everything that he's been asked to do, everything that's needed of him. His first touch is really good. His hold up play is really good. He can pop the ball left or right. Yeah, I mean, absolutely no complaints. Even if he was like, even if he only hit, because we're all sitting here going, oh, we want him to hit 25, 30 goals. That'd be amazing. Even if he hit 15 to 20 GA, but he's the guy that plays the pass to the guy that plays the pass,
Yeah.
because a lot of that is going to be that. Like he'll drop deep to Johnson, who'll then pop it in, and it might be Sonny coming in. So at which point, you don't get the pre-assist. But I think he's very, very capable of being that guy that can actually sort of thread things, and I think he does that a little bit more than people give him credit for.
No, I completely agree, and I would say the same thing. Where if he just continues to put in performances like he has done today, and some of the other performances, like even against Brighton, I thought he was really good. He facilitated both of the goals that we scored with his hold-up play and dropping deep and bringing others into it. And if he just continues to do that on a consistent basis, he doesn't necessarily need to score a goal every game or every other game or anything like that because he's doing so many other things. And in recent games, it does feel like he's not even getting that much service. He's been the guy providing service for others. He's been the guy that's bringing others into play that are giving other people chances. It's not
Yeah.
really them providing chances for him. He's the guy that's providing the chances for others. And that's perfectly well and good. And, it just show that as a striker, it's not always just scoring the goals. It can be other things as well that can make the team tick. And that's the other thing for Solanke. I think he helps us tick. He's kind of like Kulu in the midfield, where it feels like we've really found the right player for this system that does make the system
Mm.
work even better to a finer tune.
Well,
Someone like
he's
Solanke.
definitely got an engine on him, right? Because he just seems to run and run. Like for the most part, if it's down the middle and unless it's really wide, he starts the press for the
Mhm.
most part. Like that central third, he's just everywhere, constantly just moving up and forcing the centre backs to make a decision. And that's why I think some of our stats include being one of the highest, ball retention in the final third kind of percentages, and that's what the system is designed to do, is pressure up top. That's why there's such a high line. And I know
Yeah.
people don't like that. They'd like us to come 10 yards back, and I totally get it. But when it works, it's really exciting and it's really, really quick fire. And
Yeah.
it's one of those things where before you know it, it's like all of a sudden within 6 minutes, 7 minutes, you're a couple of goals up because the other team are just like, you're so in their face, they don't quite know what to do.
Mhm.
And it takes a really, really good team, the really good teams of this world, to sit there and just play your way through the lines, because it is possible. And that's why when you see it go wrong, it looks horrendous,
Yeah.
because there's a very, very small room or a very, very small margin of error, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Especially in Van der Ven, as wonderfully as he is, he's not going to get us out of every bad situation, and
No.
people are going to break our lines, and people are going to make us look stupid. But you just hope that we make them look more stupid than they do more often than not, right?
Solanke just makes the press even more formidable, and he's
Hmm.
not someone that presses half-heartedly, like
Mm-mm.
kind of in that kind of fake pretend type way. He really is sprinting at these players and
Right,
making them put them in difficult situations, or at least making it even harder on them to play out. And it just makes our defense technically even better, because when you have a guy like that pressing out from the front, just makes you a much stronger outfit, at least
right.
defensively wise. Dark Sun G saying Basuma scored 2 goals already. Last season, he had 0 goals. I mean, Basuma, for me, he didn't
Fair
have
play.
the best of first halves, but he stayed
No,
on and he finished the game really strongly, I thought. And that goal was well taken.
well taken goal. I think for whatever reason, I mean, it's obviously seems pretty obvious. You drop, because usually it would be right, Bentancur. I guess if we're using numbers, it'd be Bentancur in the six, and then you've got Kulusevski and Madison doing that kind of 8-10 hybrid. So you've got the three, one at the base, two at the top. And I think Basuma works better when you drop another person beside him. I just, he's not as, I don't know, on his day, he can be very press resistant. but I think he also runs himself into trouble quite a lot. And I think if you ask him to do that single pivot or that single six, I think he just gets a little bit maybe overwhelmed by it when he's got two people to deal with. Because West Ham set up with a 4-2-3-1, right? So he's got Soucek and I think it's Rodriguez or the other guy. And when he's playing against two, you don't see the best. But I've always felt that him and Sarr together actually complement each other quite well, because Sarr can actually tidy up the times where Basuma has maybe been a little bit reckless or has maybe moved up a little further. And it's easier for those two guys to kind of cover each other. But I think, with the way that teams play, I think there's room for both of those types of midfield, right? You want to use the whole squad, you want to get minutes in legs. So I think there are going to be times, and I think again this is one of those things where people, want to say that Postecoglou doesn't change and stuff like that. I think there might be scenarios going forward where you see us with 2 6s and an 8-10 as opposed to the other way around based on the opponent that you're playing.
No, I completely agree. And I think Spurs are just trying to figure out, who's best for the system and who just fits into the system, maybe on a more consistent basis. But Basuma had a really good, strong finish to this game, and was a really good finish. I think he slipped a little, but it looked like he really tried to hit it low into the ground, and he got rewarded for it. And it was just a good move, a really well created goal by Spurs. I actually thought it was a goal that looked really nice on paper, because Sonny plays that nice outside the foot down the line into the box, and then Udogie, has the composure to take a few more touches, kind of gets turned, and then finds Basuma making that late run into the box to finish it. I think it was a well worked goal by Spurs.
This is that Sonny that's passed it, right? This is
Yeah,
and that's
Sonny.
that not
Yeah.
aimed at you, by the way, but this is that Sonny that I keep hearing about, that everyone says is past it and doesn't.
Well, that's
I
just
just
he's
can't
the
believe it.
creator and a goal scorer. That's my
Can't
thing
believe
that
it.
people just keep forgetting. I think he doesn't need to score goals every game now, Sonny. He's showing that he could be that creative presence
Right.
that we've been needing, and he showed that with 2 brilliant outside the foot passes today that help, create some of the goals, and very good goals at that. And like I said, Udogie too, showing that presence, that composure to take a few extra touches, and Basuma then sees the space. Once Udogie gets turned there, Basuma does a good job and noticing that there is a space available there, and he makes that run, and Udogie finds him, and it's a well taken finish in general. And Adrian Brown, member for 12 months, saying Basuma goal was just a perfect, was just perfect personally. I think it gave the other that much needed boost that we can thrash them. Having spam for dinner, yum. That's what I was saying. Drew, get the spiral hams, slap those around the house, get that hung up, get a nice, maybe, what was it? Maybe like what's it from Spain? What's the Ibarco? What's it? The ham there?
Iberico Jambon.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice
Something
habon, a
like
nice
that.
Iberico habon. And
I think that might be a little bit too classy for
okay,
that lot
for
down
West
in East
Ham,
London.
yeah.
Yeah. We're talking. That's more like, it is very much a can of wet spam, and it's one of those ones that's like, it was the last of a batch, and it fell on the floor, so it didn't break open, but there's a dent in the can, and it's on the reduced section. Like, and even people are walking past it and they're looking at it and they're like, "Shall I?" Because if you cook it right and you fry it and you get a crust on it, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And it just sits there on the shelf, just being wet spam.
It's not even name brand wet spam either.
No,
It's like
no.
Kroger owned,
There
wet
you go.
spam. It's
Yeah,
it's the secondhand type of stuff too.
exactly.
Adrian Brown.
Where the first ingredient is animal byproduct.
And I do think that Basuma needed a goal like that, because he's probably someone that does really rely on moments like that to, get that confidence into him. He does seem like very much a confidence type player, and grabbing a goal like that should do him wonders. And I think Spurs fans should be slapping the hams around and should be slapping the spams around. Get the spam dinners ready, Adrian. Absolutely love that. And it can be good for breakfast, I will say, wet spam. So maybe have it for breakfast tomorrow as well. I think it goes well with some eggs, goes well with some rice. So enjoy yourself. And thank you for the 12 months, the full year of support as well. And I think we're going to start wrapping things up. So, Drew, again, final words from yourself? Any final talking points?
No, man. Just, I mean, I think, as I say, you'd be rude not to just accept a 4-1 win at home. You know, there's never. I mean, it's very rare you get a perfect 90 minutes. So I'll take it, especially being the early kickoff. You know, it's very nice now that we can just go throughout the entire weekend and just hope all of our closest rivals lose.
Completely agree.
That's always good. Yeah, once again, thank you very much for having me. Pre-game, post-game. Everybody in the chat, thank you for being so kind. Again, smash the old like, get the algorithm out for these boys because they do a lot of hard work. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because you get a lot of, you know, other perks as well if you become a member, which you should. So yeah, that's about it, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Don't even think I could do a better send off and a better plug myself. So everybody listen to Drew, follow his orders. If you can for me, send in those fan cams too after the game. Would love to upload those for the channel. If you are a fan show member, looking forward to getting a Twitter reacts out. Might be live for tomorrow. I'm not sure, since Dave has to go off and enjoy the birthday. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that as a pre-record, so it might have to end up being live. But exactly what Drew said there. Enjoy your weekends and try the best to see everybody else crumble, and we'll see if they can. But everybody,
and just one last thing as well. That NordVPN as well. I was calculating it up earlier on, and you can get some really good savings if you if you're in Europe and you want to be watching, you know, the 3 o'clock kickoffs. That Peacock, I think it's like $6-7. You can watch all the games. I watch everything for about $45 or about £50, which is easily half what you pay in England. So if you haven't done it already, get yourself a NordVPN through these guys, because it'll save you some money.
God, you're better at plugging it than even I am, Drew. We need you on here more often, my man. Everybody, follow this man's lead. Great job by him today. And we'll see you later on this weekend and also going into the next week as we continue to bask in this winning form and enjoy it. And we'll see you all for the fan show as well. But come on, you Spurs. A huge win today. Huge weekend. In the big Ange we trust.